fight the power like Big Chuck.
What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
They took the trees, our fruit trees, and then sold us back the fruit. They took the water next, the rivers, the rain, the springs that fed civilizations for thousands of years. They took the water, bottled it, and sold it back to us. They took the land that existed long before any human being drew lines around it, and told you that if you wanted to stand on it, you'd better have a payment plan. Am I the only one this drives crazy? Everything you need to survive, water, food, shelter, was already here. Nobody created it, but somehow you were born owing for it. And why does a free life sound like such a crazy idea? Why does simply existing without debt, without bills, without permission, why does that sound like a fantasy? Who the hell convinced us that this is how it's supposed to be?
My mother always raised me to operate on respect. I learned to stay calm, people's ignorance I deflect. It's okay to be wrong, I'm not always correct. I have to obtain patience, my balance is key. It's very important to balance out my chi. God and Satan, good and evil, reside in me. When it comes to the Bible, they speak allegorically. God is the energetic source, and you are the temple. For the soul to experience the physical, your flesh is the rental. As I look within and speak to my higher self, while people look outward for saviors and help. The throne of God is within your skull, under your scalp. The pineal gland is a crystallized beacon. Your voice ejects sound, your eyes project what you're seeking. Your spine emits electricity, same as a Tesla coil. We can use Earth's energies that we kill over oil. All those foreign entities that occupying our soil. The Committee of 300 to stabilize our country, keeping us in debt, slaving for valueless money. It's called freedom, cause if you think you're free, you a dummy. We need a revolution while we live in revelation. Monsanto sprays pesticides on crops and vegetation. Pay attention to the grips and symbolism of the Masons. Donald Trump's a dark magician who tricked the entire nation. While the police extort, harass, and collect, they say they protect and serve for the one world global net. The real terrorists broadcast on your TV set, convincing the masses that there is some outer threat. Falling for the okie doke, later you will regret. The all-seeing eye cameras never blink or miss a step. We live on a battleground between heaven and hell. Always watch what you speak, cause when you speak you cast spells. There was cymatic healing from the sound of bells. Look at the elite, they worship L's light. Warlocks and wishes, they gather at midnight. Warming up for 3 a.m. the blood ritualistic type. People are so lost, they vote for their oppressor. When people stand the ground, we're called the aggressor. I stick to my plan to accomplish my endeavor. It's the calm before the storm and then heads will sever. Fuck the government.
I'm the cook, I'm the cook.
The Bakushi is the master of illusion. And if everyone believes the illusion, it becomes reality. Bakushi thinks he's won the game, but he didn't count on the pinch hitter.
all is continuous vibration, always in motion. Conductor of energy, a salt in the ocean. Serpent is the sine wave, polarities interwoven. A chemical sorcery, elixirs and potions. Resonant frequencies, molecular explosions. Your daily programs is heavy doses of hypnosis. People walk around blind even though their eyes are open. No time for ideological salesmen with biblical notions. That box in your room, televised lies through your vision. It doesn't matter your race, status, or religion. No longer have to beat you when your mind is locked in prison. That food is filled with toxins, it's why you can't think clear. Illusion of choice is your option while keeping all in fear. Load up all your weaponry, the revolution is here. I said load up all your weaponry, the revolution is here.
We ain't in the same place, or occupy the same space. So get the fuck out my face.
In the instant, I changed the mission with photosynthesis. Witness the synthesis, ripping endless on instruments. Feel the frequency, energy off this Hennessy synergy. Literally goals that take us to infinity. Reading articles, all is horrible. Calling audibles, I'm remarkable. I shot a fed at a carnival. Dust and particles, follicles gon' be everywhere. Heavy pair of some pistols, I shot them holding that teddy bear. Fuck the system, let's keep it simple. Let's raise the temple, make them triple while you're going to where they all assemble. Not Avengers, I'm the Avenger, I seek the injured. Kept my temper till I stuck the hidden blade up in her. Fuck the ruler, here's what they doing to you. Poison water in the food is what you put into you. I'm the shooter with new maneuvers. Caught back the Ruger, super trooper. He is gonna need a pooper scooper. The revenge of Montezuma. Rocking my Pumas, uppercut like a Kuma, sending you straight to Luna. Cosmic verses from universes on new excursions. Emerging the virgin, I pull it back the iron curtain. War leaders are war eaters, born cheaters. War sneakers, rearrange their core features. Born reaper, hurricane, the sword keeper. Form ether, burn all of the mold geezers. Up in government, parliament, bitch, I'm tarnishing arguments. Ain't no bargaining, throw a bomb in the audience. I'm the guardian, strange you all in the cardigan. Rearrange the universe, I am the artisan.
We ain't in the same place, or occupy the same space. So get the fuck out my face.
As a king, fighting the spirit of Mesa King, vibing to my queen, playing the tambourine, while I'm eating the tangerine. My plasma was replaced with gasoline, got the blood of the Elohim, manifesting through a dream, a shit you never seen. I got the eyes of Medusa, and the hands of Wolverine, astral project with my inner being. We locked in the inner ring, hoping the Anunnaki intervene. While the world is under siege, they got an abyss under the sea, living underneath. Lightning struck me standing under a tree while I was crumbling weed, and an angel swooped down, put me under her wing. Now she shields me from my desires the devil brings. Say my name in vain and you will never bleed. Say my name in vain and you will never bleed.
The Bakushi is the master of illusion. And if everyone believes the illusion, it becomes reality.
All right. I found from a 1989 CBS documentary some very interesting evidence here. Now, I also want to share this technology they have. This technology right here is how the CIA be setting people up. Who knows how old this technology is? Check this shit out.
You mean to tell me when I put 10 fingers in me it wasn't enough? Alright, bet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any amount with any hands? Like, bro, artificial.io can do anything with no limits. I don't know how many times I gotta tell y'all. Like, bro, anything.
Keep that in mind.
Let's play that again.
You mean to tell me when I put 10 fingers in me, it wasn't enough? All right, bet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any amount with any hands. Like, bro, artifacial.io can do anything with no limits. I don't know how many times I gotta tell y'all. Like, bro, anything.
Keep that in mind.
That's some ill technology, man. What's good, Canada dummy? Well, now we're going to get into this 1989 CBS documentary, which talks about Titan trees in Venezuela, just as I've been talking about the Titan trees in Venezuela. They have hot springs at the top and all that good stuff. Venezuela is probably where I have found the most Titan tree stumps in Venezuela. So listen to what this intro says to this documentary in Venezuela, 1989.
Deep in southeastern Venezuela, in a region called the Gran Sabana, strange mountains rise from the jungle. Giant columns of sandstone jutting abruptly skyward from an emerald sea of rainforest. Shrouded in mists, their summits are special worlds, mysteries of evolution, biological treasure islands distinct from the jungle below. This landscape is one of the oldest on Earth. Long before the age of dinosaurs, before the continents split and the Atlantic Ocean was born, even before the first terrestrial life emerged from the sea, a massive sandstone plateau reached across this land for 1,000 miles. These mountains are all that remain. Indian legends say that some are the ancient stumps of the trees of life, cut down in a harvest of greed for their fruit. They're known by their Indian name, tepuis.
Tepui. Yeah, we're gonna look that up, motherfucker. Oh yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. In the studio with your mom. Alright, enough of that. I need to look up Patui. Patui. And that's wild. There's that 1989. Fuck. Uh-oh. Fucking tell me. What the fuck? Very interesting. Very interesting. Why? But it was just fucking working a minute ago. Anyway, what's up, Wayne? I don't know what the fuck is going on my phone charger. I'm gonna have to buy a new one. I don't get why this is just fucking working. Very, very interesting on why this ain't working. Because it was just fucking working perfectly fine. Anyway, that's what I want to talk about. Working. Okay. So exit that. Exit that. And we'll exit that. And we'll leave the Book of Jubilee up. What's up, Dom? Okay. If anyone wants to come up, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Hello. Hello, Charles.
What's up, man?
I'm not doing fine, man. What about you?
And why is that?
Pardon?
I said, and why aren't you doing fine?
Because we're in hell realm. How can I even do fine?
It's all on you. It's how you make it.
Hmm. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on in my life. Come on. I might say those things about the things which I'm facing to you in my private chat, maybe sometimes, like on a personal conversation. But again, it's not doing well. And additionally, not every life form on this realm isn't doing to their highest potential. There will always be some sort of misery and pain in this hell realm. You can never be fully happy in this human vessel. But for me, it's worse. It's extremely bad. I'm at this very dark level of this matrix. My physical, my emotional, my spiritual, my mental, everything is, you know, dark state.
You gotta embrace it.
No, never. I won't embrace it. I want to destroy it. I want to escape from it. I don't want it to exist.
The only way to
The thing,
overcome it is to embrace it.
I won't say embrace it, but I would say I have to accept it, and I have to try to find a solution for it, not
There you
embrace
go.
it. Yeah,
Can y'all
and
hear me?
accept.
What's good?
Hey, so
Yo, do you know Joshua S. John?
oh come on, we are like buddies. Joshua
I
is like my
do.
guru. He's my
Uh,
guru. He's my friend.
oh
Joshua is my
God.
guru. He's my friend. He's my like life coach. And I actually came to know about this channel from the Sanity Machine, by the way, Joshua's channel, and I
Yeah,
watch almost a lot of his videos about this hell realm topics and different subjects.
yeah, you was one of them. Never mind, man.
Yeah, yeah, man. What?
Never,
No.
never.
Yeah.
This dude Chawa, man.
Yeah.
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 I knew because you were talking about the realm and stuff, and that's how Joshua talks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not just Joshua. A lot of other YouTubers also do the same. But I came to know about Joshua's channel from the Sanity Machine, and Joshua is like he's probably one of the nicest people I have actually watched. According to my research, he's one of the nicest people I actually met or talked on in online. So I watch his vlogs, his truth topics, his research works, and Joshua. I have
Mm-hmm.
talked to his. I've actually went there and talked on his panel many times. I might have seen you before. I might have heard your voice before, but I can't recall it. But yeah, Joshua.
Yeah, I was one that got picked at and laughed at. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm trying to see why my charger ain't working. Man, what the fuck? You know how many cords I've been through in this stupid charger? These cords are made
Hmm.
to.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's how
Hey,
I feel.
bro, Charles. Charles, have you researched about the Crater Earth, man? Crater Earth theory. Oh, Actually, I want to have a request from you, a permission from you, Charles. If possible, can you share a link in your channel
You gotta give me a minute. I gotta fix this first, or I won't have no stream. I can't charge my phone. I'll be fucked.
It's not funny, Wayne.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
Maybe it's that it's blown. This can't be true. Maybe it's that. It has to be this. Is it a possibility that these boxes could blow?
It's a small YouTube world.
Get over here. Let's see. I got the backup joint. Bing bong. Oh, this one don't even fold forward. Cheap scumbag motherfuckers.
Power off.
Fucker.
Hey Charles,
Yes.
I sent you a link in the
What?
private chat. I sent you a link in the private chat. Can you please share it with us?
Yeah, I'm busy for a minute. I said that already.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So so Nolan, your life is miserable every day, all day.
Every day, all day. My life. You're asking me, right?
Yeah.
No, not every day, single day. Actually, you have to realize that there will always be misery and pain and suffering in every mortal beings in this realm, every spirits, every bodies, every creatures in this hell realm. So, but it depends on the degree and the level of how much suffering they endure. Right now,
Yeah. So
I'm on the very highest level of suffering, and
you in
I'm
physical
experiencing a high
pain.
level of suffering and misery. But sometimes I might get some joy and pleasure in this realm, but there would never be pure happiness. People
So you
always
saying
get confused.
you
Yes,
in physical misery and suffering, or mental, or both?
it's all of them: physical, mental, spiritual. Yes, but you know
Do
that.
you do you think that
Yes,
what
go
you're
ahead.
teaching? Huh?
Go ahead. What you're asking?
Like you in physical pain, like suffering all day, most of the time.
No, actually, recently I suffered from an injury in my throat, so I'm having
Mm.
some sort of trauma for it, pain, and I'm having, my sleeping schedule and cycle is literally being, you know,
Mm-hmm.
sabotaged by this injury.
I
So,
can't share videos. I don't have I'm on my phone, not a laptop.
oh, it's okay, man.
I
But you
thought
can
it was a
watch it.
picture.
What?
Yeah,
I thought it
you
was a
can watch.
picture.
Oh, okay, it's okay. But you can watch it on free time. Save this link and watch this video. It's very interesting.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I'll definitely check it out.
Hmm. You said you're from Alabama, right? You're from which
Connecticut.
Connecticut? Oh,
I'm from
Connecticut.
Connecticut. The other guy yesterday was from Louisiana.
Yes, Louisiana. He's from Louisiana, and you're from Connecticut. Yeah, Connecticut's an interesting place.
But was you the one talking about your bank account? They was talking to Naga.
He came yesterday. I don't think
Oh,
Naga
No,
was
it's not
here.
me. It's
oh, okay. Okay. He kind of sound like him. He be at Joshua S. John too.
Man, this fucking charger is garbage. I gotta go buy a real.
hey Nagaism. You're from New York.
Mm.
Who me?
Hey
Nah.
This is
Nagaism.
terrible.
Which state you from?
This is
Um,
so terrible.
from heaven, man. I think I told y'all
Which
that
state you?
over there. Huh?
No, which state you're from?
I'm from heaven.
Mm. And I'm
I'm
from
from Oregon.
Purgatory.
I'm from Oregon. So which state you're from? So I'm gonna ask them it.
I'm from heaven.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, it's okay.
All praises due to Allah. No, I'm joking. I joking.
No
I
ugly
joke a
English.
lot.
No ugly English.
Chill out, I say. I need.
So you don't remember I was at Joshua S. John and I was telling y'all about coming through the portal and
Yeah. I watched this video about the portal. Like, we are all sinners, and we come from the portal of the womb of our, you know, parents or our mother. So we come from the wombs. It's a portal, the portal of hell into this hell realm matrix. Yeah.
I'm talking about a different kind of portal though, but I kind of get what you're saying. Why do y'all call it a hell realm?
Because he says that because he's in a negative mood. And sometimes
No,
it does feel like his place is
it's
hell. For all the
no.
negativity.
Sometimes, oh no, I don't. It's not about my personal experience, or it's sometimes I feel design of this place is evil itself. Just look at all the, even in nature, like even the very design of this place, the very core fundamentals of this matrix, how it operates. Just look at nature, life eating life, every single second, billions and billions of fish die, animals dies, birds dies, and
I mean, you
let's not
see it.
forget how many,
Die.
You
yes,
I've
see it.
lost
get eaten up.
so many
Yeah,
friends and family I can't even count anymore.
yeah, life eating life. It's all by design. Everything evil strives in this realm. If God is great, why didn't God stop the evil in this place?
Because
Why
you're
didn't
God.
God?
I'm God. He's God. God is within all us. We're God. I personally say we're God having experience. But I'm not here to, I'm not a religion or a cult. I'm not here to persuade anybody for anything. That's just how I see life. Through my experiences and my trials and tribulations.
Hmm,
Mhm.
no,
So
it's not about religion.
God is good. So how did
God's the
how did
greatest.
how did all the good end up in a hell realm?
Those 13 families are fucking parasites. This place was paradise until they got a hold of it. There was fruit trees everywhere. There was so much forest and beauty in the 1800s, and then 13 families got a hold of this place. Fucking forget it. They were like parasites, cutting all the trees down, cutting all the fruit. Then nobody farmed. Farming was unheard of. Everything grew naturally.
But you
It's
know that
undocumented.
the
Huh?
workers the workers at the tree company cut the trees down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like basic people.
That's how they got them to do it. They threw them some fucking shillings. They're
They
like,
got
hey, Jew boy, you want to make some money? Here's some shillings. Go fuck yourself.
educated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, German boy, you want to make some money? Go wash my underwear.
Do you think education or learning is a choice or it's forced upon you?
Both. Depends where you are. And it depends who's doing it too. Like, I think it was forced on certain people, but in other areas, it became a choice. If that makes any sense. I think at one time it was forced, and then it became a choice. They didn't really have to force it after a while. It became, you know what I mean? Like, anyway.
I kind of get what you're saying, but I still see the people enforcing it, not the invisible people.
I've noticed in life, when something's enforced, after a while, you don't need to enforce it anymore. People fall in line. It's crazy like that.
That's why they would
That's
say,
why they would beat people. Like, if you want someone to fall in line, right? Let's say you got the mafia and a bunch of people owe you money in the neighborhood. You take a guy that owes you the most, you beat the Pope out of him in the middle of the street, and then everyone will pay you back.
mm. So you saying the mafia did that, like educated the
No,
people?
I was just using that. I was using that as an example.
I get you.
I don't know. I think back in the days, school. I don't think everybody went to school back in the day. You know, not like today. It's like mandatory. You got to go to an indoctrination camp, and if you don't, we're gonna send what's that called? We're gonna send family services to your house. How dare you not go to our camps? I never
That's what
thought the government would have the power they have today. Holy fuck.
it's the local people that's enforcing it.
Yeah, it's the dumb idiots who think the government's there to help them. Fucking idiots. You know.
Okay, I got an important matter today, guys. Maybe you guys
Yeah.
can help me resolve it.
Oh boy, it's a joke.
It could be. The joke could be on me. I stubbed my toe today on a table, and
I knew it.
it's a beige table leg. So I want to know, who should I protest against? The manufacturer, the government for permitting beige table legs to be produced? Any insight, guys? You know, maybe government, the elites. Who can I blame?
Yourself or
And
buy
who
yourself.
else? Anyone else?
Sorry, what? Sorry, go
Those
ahead.
are our options. Those are our
Well,
options.
you could throw more. You could do the telephone. You could turn around and say, you know, it was an animal that put the table there. So you have any
Well,
insight,
I'm
Wayne, for me?
saying you should go after all of them
Okay,
because
so
we're all
how?
at fault.
Okay,
And
so
then
now,
first, go after yourself first. You got to look in the mirror and be like, I'm the idiot. Fucking stub my toe.
well, I got my mirror set up in front of my laptop, Chuck, so I'm not sure
Right.
looking at myself. So I've got that covered. Wayne, you have any insight?
Oh, I was thinking the one that bought the table or placed it there, I guess.
It was me, but I don't want to take accountability yet.
Yeah.
And I was actually, there was a piece of paper. The reason I stubbed there was a piece of paper there, and I was actually going to vote. So is it possible I should blame the government for putting me in a position like that?
Hell yeah.
Okay, good enough. I just want to make sure. I
Matter
don't
of
want.
fact, they owe you money.
And a bunch of letters from a Scrabble board fell down onto the floor when I was playing Scrabble, and it wrote the word, for whatever reason, hell realm. So should I perceive it as a hell realm? I did say hello to my neighbor too. So is it
Damn,
the
what
hell?
happened to that guy? He left?
Well, he has to pursue more things to bitch and complain about to confirm
Yeah,
it's a
he's
hell realm.
gone.
They're not questioning how did you get here? Why did you jump into the meat suit? And why are you bitching and complaining to a God that did or does not exist? As it gives you air, gives you the meat suit, gives you food. But if you want to keep complaining, no problem. But don't forget every so often to put your lips on your mom's tit so you can keep sucking it a little bit longer. Because he looks like
I
he
say we
didn't get.
blame God. That's what we got to blame.
Yeah. Well, I'm blaming this table right now, Chuck. I just want to know. Well, actually, I'm just trying to say that I got hurt by the table, the leg, and it was beige. If it was a clear black or white, I know exactly where to go. But it was beige. So who can I really complain about?
I don't know, but the Red Sox are on the fucking tear.
They are on the tear, aren't they? They're going to catch the Yankees pretty soon.
They're going to win the World Series, I hope.
Easy, Chuck. Easy, Chuck. Too soon, too quick. Let's go for making the playoffs. Maybe
If
winning
they
the division.
stay playing like this, oh man.
You don't want to get
They
that
swept
dopamine
the
hit.
Dodgers. That blew my mind that they
Yeah,
swept
the Dodgers are getting beat. Well, maybe that's the league probably told them to lose a bunch of games because they picked up another pitcher, right? So they had to pay back for
maybe.
no.
Rubel or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
There ain't gonna be no next season. I never knew there was no cap. They took the cap off. Same thing with rent. They took the cap off of rent. You could raise it as high as you want. As long as you give the person 45-day notice, you could raise the rent 70 grand if you want.
Chuck, if this is a hell realm, you have to give them reasons to complain about it. You don't want to make it, favorable.
Well, if baseball isn't next season, I'll be upset.
You might for a bit, and then me and you'll talk about some other sport, and we'll be okay about it. We'll talk about football or hockey or ping pong.
I don't think the Dodgers are going to win it. They can't beat the Red Sox.
Well, let's look at it from the economic point of view. Are the Dodgers paying a lot of luxury tax right now?
Yeah.
Okay, and who are they paying this luxury tax to? To the league. And the league disperses it among the other teams that either aren't doing well or they're paying a lot of money for their players that their teams aren't going to make the playoffs. So in a way, they're paying their wages. That's why the Yankees and the Dodgers can do what they can do.
They got a really, really ill lineup too, man. The Red Sox would have an ill lineup if Brochette wasn't hurt. And that's another thing. These players that are hurt, like Trevor Story, I don't want them to come back because it's going to ruin the mojo they got, the Sox. Fuck Trevor Story. Stay on the bench.
Well, then you'll rely on your management skills to know when to insert these players.
They got to hire me.
They can, Chuck.
Chuck knows better.
Well, Chuck's played baseball, so you would probably have a good grasp of it. No, but they're playing well, Chuck. Let's give the Red Sox their kudos. They're playing well. They're hot. Let's see how they play when they tamper down a little bit and maybe not winning maybe 8 or 9 games out of 10.
Yeah, they lost a few after the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All they got to do is win 8 more, and they could break the record. That night they could have broke the record. I knew they weren't because of that rookie pitcher they put in. Now, I don't know what they were thinking when they did that. Maybe they were told you can't break the record, but I don't see what the big deal is. But yeah, they sent that kid right back down after the game.
Straight. Give kudos for the games that they are winning. Because I think prior to the All-Star, Detroit and Boston were considering unloading, having a fire sale prior to the trade deadline, and then they went hot, and the Tigers went cold, or they didn't get hot, and they unloaded one of their better pitchers. It's so fun to follow the stats. Anyway, I follow the stats, Chuck. So the Red Sox, like I said, they're doing well. So it's a hell realm with a lot of entertainment in it, bling bling. So we can watch baseball, football, we can watch tennis. They even give us the internet so we can complain about it.
Oh yeah. I don't like that. All right, we'll fix it.
You got to stop doing that, Wayne. You can't be telling people where you're from. You got to tell them what they want to hear. Give them a city.
People know where I'm from. That's bad. I regret telling people.
Well, you're just in a suit there, Chuck. You're
That
not.
young man who got swatted, man. They fucking paralyzed him. That's fucked up. He was on his stream. Somebody played that stupid game, and the SWAT team went to his house. Fucking, he broke his room window. The guy was just sitting in his room, minding his business, and he had called the police station to warn them that people were saying they were going to SWAT him in his chat. So the dispatcher was like, there's nothing to worry about. So the people ended up doing it and saying that he shot his sister in the house or whatever. So the cops came. They used a shovel to bust the window open. It just so happened to be his bedroom. Now, the cops didn't say police or anything. They just smashed the window. So what does the young man do? He don't know. He's getting threats. He grabs his pistol and he hides in his closet. And the cop ends up dumping shots into the closet. And yeah, ends up paralyzing the young man. All for people playing fucking games on the internet,
Well, Chuck, I don't know if you've probably heard me say those stories. If you're going to take the sweet, you got to take the sour. So those are some of the sour parts, but those are stories. No different if I told you the sweet parts is a guy like.
No, that really happened. I've seen the video and everything.
No, it probably did happen, Chuck. I'm not here to denounce that. Stories are stories, regardless if they happen or not. But is Snoop Dogg really who he says he is, or is that another story that feeds to the media? If you're going to accept the fact that Snoop Dogg or their storyline that he's a gangster, but meanwhile he's just a family man playing a role.
He is a gangster. He's gay as fuck.
Maybe, but
he ain't no
Madonna.
gangster.
Again, if you're going to take the sweet part of the story, you have to accept the sour part, unless you just want to observe it. Some people aren't going to favor the fact that me and you talk about baseball. They think it's orchestrated. It could be, and probably is. No different going to work every day. Could it all be orchestrated? Probably. Again, if a person is going to take the sweet part, the positive part, you got to accept the negative parts of it, the sour part. And then merge them together and then ask yourself that ultimate question that probably rattles most people. How does it serve? We already know governments are not perfect because as long as you have human factors, you're not going to have perfection, completion. Nothing wrong with complaining about it, Charles, but for every time we complain or somebody complains, are you also going to toot them up? Are you going to play them up? It'll be telling a child, you could have done better, but hey, Dad, when are you going to tell me I've done something positive? Well, I don't do that. Well, then maybe I need to find somebody that's a little bit more balanced. Charles, people are always going to die. There's going to be people that are going to be maimed for whatever reason, wrong place, wrong time, and so be it. So be it. I'm just playing the adversary. I'm playing a little bit of an advocate right now, Chuck, like I usually do. If somebody came on here and talking nothing but kumbaya, I would have to play the adversary there too. I said, so, but does it show everything's kumbaya? Probably not.
Kumbaya, my lord.
You know, you give them religion, and you got to give them two sides, and then let them spread it into 4 or 5 sides. Give them state, let them, and then give them the opposing side, and then watch them play an angle game with it. You know, a gentleman came on earlier, and that's his interpretation of it. It's a hell realm, okay. And then people start to blame others as opposed to taking factors such as, okay, so let's say this is a hell realm.
Your religion's about blaming this devil, and then depending on a savior to come solve your problems.
Okay, but let's go with it. There's a devil, and then they start talking about other people. Are you trying to get other people to cult up with you? Because that's what religion and state does. That's what flat earthers try to do and globalists. They try to cult up with people, and that's fine. But how does it serve you if all of a sudden you present that to your parents? Go ahead, Chuck.
Nothing. I was just saying, globe unit.
No. Give a person the half full, half empty, and let them run with it. They're going to put themselves in the box eventually and say, well, I see the glass half full. Okay. Can you perceive it being half empty too? Let alone, can you see the table, the one that I stubbed my toe on? Well, no, Dom, I can't see that. Okay, so you're going to actually narrow your focus only on a couple of things. So once again, at that point, how does it serve you? And for some people, serving means that, okay, I'm disgruntled with the system. Okay, you're disgruntled with the system. Okay, so other people that you're talking to, are they in the same system as you? Did they live through your eyes? Probably not. So then what are you trying to do then? I would say they're trying to cult up. That's called trauma bonding. And then they'll use reason to justify it. But you don't understand, Tom. That's a given in my world. You know, Chuck, most times than not, when people talk about governments or religion, the people that run it don't give a flying fuck what you have to say. And the ones that are usually going to adhere you, Chuck, they're not going to do nothing about it. So it's good practice with the vocal cords, which could be done alone in a forest. You could be doing that in a parking lot by yourself. You could scream that out loud and say, okay, so I'm done. Carry on. Let's move on. But let's help Don with his stub toe. What are you going to do? You're going to come down here and you're going to do a burning of that table? I doubt it.
What happened to Wayne? He's still here?
He's here. He's allowing me to go on my little rant. I appreciate it, Wayne, by the way. Because they're just words.
Nobody's here.
We're here, Chuck.
Oh, there's my shirt.
And your cat. Your cat probably wants you to eventually go get some food for it soon enough.
And she eats better than I do.
No. She probably could. Sure yeah. Well, then you give. Oh, you give her no reason to complain about humans, or she could complain about him. She could still complain.
She just comes up to me when she's hungry. She'll sit there, look at me, and lick her chops. That's the sign. She's got a pretty easy life. Damn, my shirt is soaked. It's about 100 degrees here today.
Well, stay cool if you can, Chuck.
Damn, this fucking thing ain't charging, man. Why?
You have an iPhone or an Android, Chuck, that you're trying to charge?
Android.
Android.
What the fuck? I'd be better off using this one. I just gotta buy me a new cord. I don't know where.
Did you try to reset your Android just to see maybe if something kind of played a little havoc on it? And you can try to recharge it after that.
I think it's the charger. Oops.
Okay.
I have to buy a new cord. These cords are cheap.
So I know in the years that we've talked, or I've heard anyway too, what could one do, or a bunch of people do to, make the government pay attention to them, and maybe even force them to change their ways?
It's a tough one.
Well, no, I can give suggestions. I'm just asking if you have any thoughts on it, Chuck. No, I can share if you want, Chuck.
Say that again.
I said I can share if you want, Chuck. I usually ask questions hoping other people know enough to let me follow up first, but
Say it one more time.
I'm asking. Say it again.
Say it one more time.
About the government?
Yeah, what you were saying.
So, knowing that we've had these conversations, other people have had the conversation, what can one do to get a government's attention and maybe even change their ways if need be? What can one do, or a group of people do, besides this talk online?
Start pistol whipping people.
You could do that. Actually, then you're going to have to deal with the aftermath. Okay. Anything else to do?
I was just joking.
No, but that's a valid statement, Chuck. Regardless if you're joking or not, people will actually think those things, and they've been done before. So, what other ways can you think of that would get the government's attention in this case? Who do they work for? There's a question. Who does the government actually work for?
Bankers.
Okay. Who else do they work for?
They ain't working for us.
Okay, that's a given. Maybe there's an illusion that they work for us. Who else do they work for? Who do they represent? Maybe there's another question. Who do the lobbyists represent?
Whoever pays their fucking check.
There you go.
Okay. I know the Zionists.
Okay. So, knowing that, follow the money, corporations. So, as people want the government to change, they could use their money to their advantage. I'm no longer going to participate in buying gas or foods at a grocery store. Now, some people might turn around and say, well, Dom, that's impossible. I said, well, then you're expecting another human that's behind government to make a change when you're going to hide behind it's impossible? No, it's possible. It's just people, are they willing to make those changes for themselves? If not, then why are they complaining about other people to make changes? That's 101, by the way. That's not in.
Point.
Of course they are.
Willing to change themselves. How is it gonna? How does it help to complain if you ain't willing to change yourself?
Well, because complain is easy. It's easy to complain.
People want to complain and change others, but they don't want to change themselves.
To a point, people even got lazy about complaining. That's why the media does what it does. It ignites people to complain. So now, if a person says, I'm no longer going to buy running shoes. Okay, well, Dom, why would you do that? I said, well, if I'm going to expect the government to get their attention and a whole bunch of us start not buying it anymore, the big corporations that sell running shoes might turn around and say, listen, we fund your campaigns. Why is this your citizens or your peasants not buying our shoes anymore? I guess they're protesting. Oh, well, then we need to make some changes. And this is how indirectly the government will make changes. Now, that might be extreme for some people, but you can do it in a subtle way. But what most people do is they're telling the government and corporations, we're complaining about the price of food. Well, then you really don't understand how the system works, do you? Because it's not the food that's changing, it's the currency that's changing. And we've been openly talking about, not me per se, but other people have been openly talking about digital system. This is the frog in the water. Now, a person might say, well, then, Don, we can't make any changes. No, you're saying you can't make any changes. And not to say that other people aren't making changes. The government's doing their part. The corporations are doing their parts. It'd be different if a whole bunch of people say, listen, we've worked hard and we've actually created this internet and the stuff in chat, but they don't do that. That's why I've said, Chuck, openly, people just bitch and complain, aimlessly, if I may say so. And then making it about me is like them making it about the government. Where's the accountability? Reacting opposed to responsibility, two different things. One actually has the leg of accountability. It's meaning being the ability to respond. If people are waiting for the government to legalize or not legalize marijuana, liquor, and all that, guess who's nanny state then at that point?
What's up, Joe King? Anyone wants to come up, I think the link is there.
And openly talking about it on a public platform that's owned privately tells me the person's asleep. Again, those are just some suggestions if people really want to see a change outside of hiding behind the banner of freedom of speech, which it doesn't really work online, by the way. You want freedom of speech, go get your A card, go into some government establishment, then you can do your freedom of speech. But don't expect any actions to occur from it unless you're going to stop buying products. I'm an electrician by trade. Where do you think I get my products from? Joe King, who's here now, where is he going to get his plumbing supplies from? The Bible that Phil reads, where do you think? Just because they turn around and say it's handed out freely, those things are being produced economically too. And who permits all that to be presented to the public? There's this childlike mentality people have, thinking that my parents they disappear somewhere and they come back. Next thing you know, they bought those shoes that I got. I don't know how they got the money. This is what they're thinking of. And if we are going to complain about religion or government, are we going to put them all in the same room first before we start actually saying, listen, before we start categorizing them, should we talk about all the different governments first, opposed to just a couple? Mm-hmm. Asking people to complain about things is no different than asking people to favor things. It's fruitless. Unless you have explanations. Why are people complaining about the government outside of what the media says? What has the government done that hurt the community? Not just one individual's little feelings. Those are hell realm, folks. You know, this little world, I don't like the way it is. Why would God create the sun and the moon if God did create it, and the water and the clouds? That's like a slave getting the permission to complain about its conditionings. How did you get yourself trapped in being a slave? The same way somebody got trapped to being a master. One just settled more for the other. Now, I know people don't want to hear that because cult-like people they want to hear what favors them. So at that point, openly admit, how does it serve you? How does it serve knowing that the government gets toppled? Women and... Go ahead, Chuck.
That's a good point, Tom. People only want to hear what serves them.
Well, but then tell us out loud. How does it serve? Would somebody want to shoot another human being, regardless if they work for the government and religion, they work for a milkman, or is a drug lord that just doesn't want to sell you the drug any longer cheaper than what you want it for? Those are simple questions that are hopefully some sort of an adult would actually explain that to their child, so get them to start thinking, opposed to allowing the media to tell them what to think or feel.
I just drank some lemonade.
Sweet. Is it real lemonade?
Yeah.
You think it's real? You think it's freshly squeezed from a lemon?
Yeah.
These are the same thing that the government have a say in whether or not what they want, what people are allowed to put in their grocery stores.
Yeah, I'm probably squeezing out pesticides too.
You could be, Chuck. Pretty sure the environment actually has pesticides in it.
Freshly squeezed pesto.
Again, this is why, Chuck, we go back to the more simpler things. Let's talk about trading cards. Let's talk about coins. Let's talk about the Red Sox or baseball in general. Let's talk about why guys date chicks opposed to women. It's fun to play with, Chuck. With all sincerity, it's fun to play with, especially when a person says, okay, so tell me when you're done. Are you going to do something about it? Because I don't mind talking about these things. It's not as though I'm going out of my way to do those things because I'm aware of the system that I'm in. And I know there's probably a lot of people involved with a lot of products getting to my table. The one that actually I stubbed my toe on, by the way. And I'm still looking for some sort of, form that I can, make a grievance to the table manufacturer. Why was my foot stubbed on the table? Well, Dom, those are your foot. I said, but I don't want to take accountability for that. I want somebody else to take accountability for the table that I purchased and put it into my apartment, by the way. That's kind of stupid, Dom. There you go. You figured it out. It's kind of stupid, isn't it? And then they give you names. Well, let's call it the elites, the Illuminatis, CIA, any three-letter word. Let's put that on top. And then we can complain about it. But are you going to do anything about it? And how much are you going to do? As you go in, jump in a car that's owned by a corporation, go get gas that owns by a corporation. And who's behind corporations? Humans. It's the same humans that are complaining. It's the same humans that are taking advantage of each other. But yet they'll complain about the gender, let alone the color of their skins, to make excuses so they can justify their reasoning opposed to questioning reasoning. Because any kind of reason you can always justify it. We have to have war, Chuck. We just have to. Why? Because the Red Sox went on a hot streak, and for some reason they weren't permitted to win the Super Bowl. My apologies, the World Series. But they could probably win the Super Bowl too if the elites can do whatever they want at that point. Anyway, I apologize once again because my rant's probably going to squash people's, views. They want to continue being, got to go to pupil, got to go to the church, got to make sure I pay whatever, and then maybe light a candle, and then hopefully things will change. Which they might. Literally, they might actually change.
Man. Trying to balance the stupid phone. Because this cord is so small, I can't go nowhere with it. This sucks, man. I'm so used to charging my phone quick. This cord is so slow.
How many people would complain about this disruption of their internet or electricity being shut down for like more than 4 or 5 hours at a time? Sad thing is, Charles, when you domestify a species, in this case the human, the people that actually have to rule over them, I feel sorry for them. Because now they got to be accountable and they got to babysit the fucking human race at that point. With all sincerity, Chuck, as I'm hearing you talk about your crisis right now, it seems like a small crisis outside of my stub toe. How many people would actually be in crisis if all of a sudden somebody told them in advance electricity is going to be shut down every 8 hours from now on for about 4 or 5 hours? People would go complain until they got shut down because electricity would be off. So what would you complain about?
Shut down.
They shut down the world economy for 2 years, Chuck. For 2 years.
Oh,
I thought it was humorous. They're losing trillions of dollars, and people thinking the elites really care about money.
They don't.
Of course they don't.
They were sitting back like, look at these stupid pieces of shit. They do whatever we tell them. Ha ha ha.
Exactly. Sure.
What are we gonna do with the peasants?
Well,
no,
they got to babysit them.
That's
they got
what
to
they're thinking.
No,
Let's
that's
gas
best case.
them all.
No, that's best case scenario for the people that are being gassed. But at the same time, they're thinking all of a sudden after 2 years, everybody's going to go back to hating each other, Russia's against Ukrainian, the Iraq, Iran, and all that. So for 2 years, everybody just said, listen, all the gangs are no longer going to be fighting with each other. But yeah, you can still use your hands, touch the gas tanks, and then touch your hands if you want. It'd be nice if people at least understood what a virus is and how an immune system works. And once you become aware of it, don't expect that to tell that to other people that clearly show they're going to get in their car, they're going to go to the mall, they're going to go to work. Now, the ones that can entertain and say, Dominic, I'm not here to change the system, you could probably have that conversation. But the ones that truly want to change it, the ones that are kind of naive, I said, this has been going on for generations. Sad as that may sound, but let's remember, most of us here aren't the ones that are corporate. We're participating in it, but we're not the one that's maintaining it like hideously. Say, that's it. I'm going to go to America. I'm going to make sure that all the Americans have to do this and go to Canada and got to go to Europe. No. As a collective, or at least the masses of us, we are maintaining it to a certain point. But then to blame an individual to be accountable for the rest of us, no, that's full of shit. That's right up there with fucking Jesus or Muhammad or Donald Trump or Caesar. These are all characters. Those are the people that you want to hoist them on a pedestal, and then by midday you want to put them on a cross. What's blasphemy? Saying words?
Blasphemy.
Oh, blasphemy.
Jesus died for our sins, but
yeah, sure he did.
Maybe like they're tenfold. He died for our sins, but people sin more than ever. It's like, wait a minute here.
The concept of the fallen ones is they chose not to have a spiritual servitude, and they chose to fall into a material state. There's the missing of the mark.
Not all of them.
Well, maybe
What's
not
her
all
name
of them.
said she didn't want the clay prison. The what's her name? Lilith.
Maybe.
I think Lilith ended up taking the clay prison, but she was very last. She knew that the flesh was a prison for the soul.
It could be. It could be, Chuck.
I was reading that in her book.
Chuck, I'm pretty sure everybody in prison is going to say, if they turn around and say, listen, the orange suit that I'm wearing is the sin. No, that's the suit that you wear. What did you do or not do to earn that suit? The technology that we're getting is not human origin. So if there's things that we're able to create, the sun and the moon.
That's how you escape the prison. You take a 44, put it in your mouth, and pull the trigger.
That's a different type of silence, Chuck. That's peace too, by the way. That is silence. You could silence it, but at the same time, what happened if you found out that you get rebooted again, over and over again? Next time it might not be favorable. It's like playing a video game. You don't have 10 lives, now you have 4 lives. I'm playing with ideals here, Charles. I'm not here to say that all this is valid. The ones I usually do, I said, no problem. I got a stash of popcorn. You tell me a story and I'll fucking be entertained. Just don't expect me to be your muse.
So, Aunt Wayne disappeared.
Yeah, he's here somewhere. He's probably doing my laundry for me.
Wayne, where you at, man? To the porch?
He scared off one of your person when he said he's from heaven. Because people want to identify them based on their suit that they're in. That's the attachment, being attached within the mind. Are you the suit? You should be able to question those things. And then if somebody says, well, I am, I said, well, then who's doing all the functioning then? Who's monitoring all the breath? Who's monitoring all the liquids in your body, like the blood or whatever? Or when you cut yourself, why is it healing? You can aid in it consciously, but subconsciously, something's going on. I'm even using words to try to describe something that's probably undescribable. That's why most people, Chuck, they settle for things. They settle to rule over humanity, bitch and complain about humanity. That's your settlement. You know, people go to Commerce Court looking for justice. Justice does not reside while you're in that suit. It will reveal you, But don't expect justice to be served while you're in that suit. This is why the concept of the truth will set you free. If you're still in that suit, you're not free. You're playing a game. It's a fun game to play. We might have even set it up that way. And if you like the Truman story, maybe you'll get to go to another storyline. Not to say I have it figured out, Chuck. I just like to play with games. I'm like a puzzle maker. I like that. I like to play with puzzles. I don't care if all the pieces are there or not. I just like to play with puzzles. And the people that want answers, all the power to you. Good luck with that, by the way. You'll need a lot of luck with that. It's kind of like going to church, Chuck, trying to ask people, so where's heaven and hell? Or going to a bunch of people that are globalists and flat earthers, put them in the same room and say, listen, so any of you guys gone high enough to prove it otherwise? And I don't want to see any pictures. Well, not really. I said, so you're down here with the rest of us, aren't you then? It's like an atheist trying to say that I can't prove God. I said, that's right, you can't. Same with the Christian. You could probably see, okay, well, there's a heaven and hell. Is it really heaven and hell, or those are just words we use? But I do see something that we give it a name, such as called the sun. At one time we called it Horus, but we call it the sun. Did humans create the sun? I don't think so. Is it material? I don't know. But yet people will tell you stories. It's heat. Well, I jumped out of a plane once, just out of pure giggles and kicked a parachute. Why is it colder up there than if it's heat up there? I don't know, Tom. There you go. You're humble enough to say you don't know. So what do you think is the stumbling block at this point? And it's not bullshit. It's a belief system. You're tripping yourself over a belief system. Now, if you did know, could you apply wisdom and understanding to it?
What's up, Phil? Let's see if Phil will come up.
Phil has a nice little session to do later on tonight, I hope.
Where?
On his channel. He's going to be, I think he's going to chit-chat about some versions of the Mandela effect, I guess. But leave it up to Phil to share that later on. I don't know.
I wanted to play this. Wait.
Go ahead, Chuck.
Did you see this? Check this out, Dom. I don't know if you've seen this. Wait, is this? I don't know. Hold on.
Deep in southeastern Venezuela, in a region called the Grand Sabana, strange mountains rise from the jungle. Giant columns of sandstone jutting abruptly skyward from an emerald sea of rainforest. Shrouded in mists, their summits are special worlds, mysteries of evolution, biological treasure islands distinct from the jungle below. This landscape is one of the oldest on Earth. Long before the age of dinosaurs, before the continents split and the Atlantic Ocean was born, even before the first terrestrial life emerged from the sea, a massive sandstone plateau reached across this land for 1,000 miles. These mountains are all that remain. Indian legends say that some are the ancient stumps of the trees of life, cut down in a harvest of greed for their fruit. They're known by their Indian name, tapuis.
This guy found that in a 1989 documentary at CBS. And I've always talked about the Venezuelan tree stumps, but people mock me and be like, "That's stupid. They're mountains." That's
Well, they
all
could be,
right.
Chuck. They could be, but again, humans are being able to get technology like a camera or a drone, so you could see those things. As he says, dinosaurs. How can he even confirm there was dinosaurs here? Again, this is all plays on the centuries, which all it could be possible. All
I
the things
agree
that he's
with that.
talking.
Just like when they pick a rock up, they'd be like, "This rock is 100 million years old." How
Yeah.
the fuck do you know?
Well, because you got to
My
condition
fucking
people.
nutsack's 100 million years old.
Okay, but you got to condition people with the language, and then you can start adding all the zeros after. They're not some child. This is kind of like the king with no clothes, and the child looking at it. Its innocence is like, okay, does anybody else know that this king is playing a game on us? You start saying, oh, somebody cut a tree stump and it's 1,000,000 years old. Okay, what device are you using to confirm it's 1,000,000 years old? Okay, by the way, do we have any immortals here that are 1,000 years old or 1,000,000 years old to confirm it? If not, then you're reading a story. And that story is not just read with reading letters or letters in a book. It's also using your sensories to look at a picture. As he's talking in the background, telling you all these stories, I'm like, okay, how can he confirm there was dinosaurs? He can't. So at that point, he could tell us the story that there was this Indian tribes a long time ago. One of their myths was that these mountains at one time were trees.
I don't think dinosaurs ever existed.
They might have,
That's
Chuck,
my
but
opinion.
Chuck, if I told you a thing called Horus a long time ago existed, you would say, what are you talking about? The thing that you call the sun now. These are stories. We just put different words to it. Now, the question would be, how would it serve Dominic to know whether or not mountains at one time were tree stumps, were trees? Which, hey, I like to entertain stories, so yeah, I like my storyteller. But if some dumb, can you prove it? The only thing you can see is some sort of thing that we call a mountain, and it looks like it's cut off. You can fill in the blanks if you want. You're playing it, then you're using your imagination at that point. And somebody telling me somebody else told them this and they got a degree for this, I'm like, that's still a story. That's like telling somebody, did we or didn't we go to the moon? Put them both in the same room, and then the question goes, I don't know,
Went
Dom.
to fucking Mars.
Maybe. But I know, Chuck, unless you tell me otherwise.
Sleep.
Yeah.
I went there in my dreams.
You might have. You might have, Chuck. I can't denounce you. But if some people wanted proof,
That's the only time we could go to Mars is in our dream.
Maybe. What I get is the physical body has limitations. If that wasn't the case, then people don't need to have some sort of man-made device to go in the depths of the oceans, let alone go up in the air. You might as well just take off, fly away. There's nothing limiting you in that suit, then, I guess. Now, you might have the occasional person say, listen, Tom, I'm a deep sea diver. I can actually go in my little birthday suit, and I can hold my breath or compartmentalize in certain areas. But that's the rarity. That's not the norm. No different. There's certain characters that can run 100 meters under 10 seconds. That's not the norm.
Phil?
What's up?
Hey, Phil.
What's up, Dom?
I'm just ranting right now, Phil. I'm on a roll. I'm looking at my adult depends.
It reminds me of Naga. Anything you present, Naga will say the opposite.
Yeah. Everybody's sensitive today. It's all good.
Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Phil.
Time to go to church.
Yeah.
Round one. Fight. Oh, we got Renegade. How do you get up here? I'm bugging. What's up, Renegade? Man, I'm bugging, man.
Yeah, you know it.
I'm
What's
bugging.
good? Yeah, I just want to pop in and spread some good love and nice respect, especially for Phil, my friend.
What's up, bub? You doing
Yeah,
okay?
you know it. Yeah, you know it.
Good.
I could be down and I can be up. But you know one thing. You know what I'm doing. I'm the Sherwood Hood. I'm taking care of the business in the hoods, man. And I'm not talking on the street hoods. I'm talking about the
Right. The Woods
woods.
Hood. The Woods
The
Hood.
woods hood. Yeah. So I'm so glad to see that what you're doing on your place, man. And I'm on the same level. That's
Yeah,
about
thank
what I
you.
have to say today. I just want to give some big love to my man Phil
Well,
and my
thank you,
man
Frederick.
Chuck.
Back at you, but
And
back
you
at
other
you.
guys in the chat, in the panel, you can go on with your thing. I love you all the way home. We are fucking superior. So keep up what you're doing. I will be listening. I just want to pop in and say, fucking love you guys. Phil, Chuck, the panel, and the chat. You're
That beat
amazing.
was dope that you made,
You
Renegade.
know it, you know it, you know it.
Love you
Chuck,
too,
my
That
brother.
beat was
God.
fire.
Yeah, yo. So all the fire to you. Keep up what you're doing. We are the best, and them are the bastards. Peace, everyone. I'm out.
Peace.
Yo.
No renegade.
That was a nice
He's
kumbaya
got a
moment.
hell of he's got a nice spread, don't he? A beautiful view.
Spread the
Man, this
love.
charger sucks, man. This charger don't charge the phone for nothing, man. This thing's a piece of shit.
If you don't mind, Chuck, Phil, you came up. Anything you want to share, boss?
Uh, not really. I can't think of anything offhand. If I do, I'll definitely speak up. But no,
You
no.
want to be
Yeah,
closer.
I am doing a live tonight, like you said.
Yes, you are.
Uh, that's about it. I mean, the Mandela effects, or the Bible's really getting to a point where it's obvious as shit what's going on. For me, I can't speak for everybody, but
Did you favorite it at one time?
did I what?
Did you favor the Bible at one time? Did you thought it was like the gospel or whatever at one time?
I believed in Jesus, like for like a year, but that's it. Once I started reading deeper, I'm like, well, this is all
So how
bullshit.
would you? Question, Phil. How would you have known Jesus unless you read it in the Bible, or you heard somebody that read it in
I
the Bible?
wouldn't. I wouldn't.
So in a
Yeah.
way, you still favored the Bible in some twisted way.
Yeah. I
Okay,
did.
good enough. How
Yeah.
can you confirm if there was a guy named Jesus?
I can't.
There you go.
Actually, there's no way to prove it.
Okay, and you can't denounce it either because you can't prove it. Therefore, how would you be able to
That's
denounce it?
exactly.
So then,
Exactly.
back to the Mandela as you were talking about it. You know, those are just stories that are people playing with, right?
Sure. Yeah, but what it's doing is it's making the stories out to the lies that they are.
How would you
So,
know it's a lie then? If it's just a story, how would you know it's a lie?
well, because they're the ones telling it. So
Who are
if
they?
they're telling it as a truth, it's their truth, but it's being
But
turned
okay,
into their lie,
okay.
right?
Who are they? This to me is all about
Well,
humans.
whoever wrote the control grid, whoever wrote the program for the control grid, I don't know who wrote
So
it.
when somebody cuts something like a tree stump and then they say it's 1,000,000 years old and they put it in a book, is it them that are writing this book?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
When somebody cuts a tree stump or whatever, a tree in the stump, and then they
Uh-huh.
say it's 1,000,000 years old, and then they write it in a book, is it them that are writing it? I'm giving the idea that there's a them out there.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So,
guess. I
so,
mean,
so
we know there's a them because how
okay.
are we getting this information we're getting, right?
So that 1,000,000 years old, that's a story.
Of
You know,
course it
you
is.
can't prove that tree stump's 1,000,000 years old.
No, you
So
can't.
okay,
But if okay, so hold on. But if somehow the story that they wrote supernaturally changed and said no, it's not 1,000,000 years old, it's 100 years old,
so that's another variation of the
I would
story.
cover it. Yeah, I
Okay,
would
but
be like, wow,
okay,
look at that, it
okay.
supernaturally changed.
So where I'm going with
That's what
this,
I'm
Phil,
doing.
you're
Yeah, I got
going
you.
from one story to another. It's misleading oneself. It's not a lie. It's misleading oneself because you've bitten into the story and now somebody presents you another story. That's all they are. They're stories. Whether or not you lived it or not. If all of a sudden you told me, Dominic, I did skateboarding yesterday and I did about 40 360s. I'm going to trust you, Phil, from what I know of you, that you're telling me your version of your story, even though you experienced it. But I'm trusting you. Not saying that the story that you're telling me is real or not. And now when I start telling somebody else, there's the telephone game that we're playing. And I could say, them, in this case, Phil, told me this. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt that his story that he's telling me, he did it. Now, if all of a sudden we find out later on you were misleading me, I would have to ask a question. Phil, why would you tell me that? Dom, I was just joking. Okay, I chose to be the journalist. That's on me at that point.
Right.
The Mandela thing, it's a straightforward. There was a guy named Mandela. They told people that he was supposedly dead and all that. Outside of that, all the stuff to do with Cheerio box and all that, that's business. And the fact that people talk about it, that feeds business. Whether it's a movie shoot saying, listen, we do 100 different scenes, we're going to cut this one out, we're going to paste to this one, and then a couple years later, we're going to change it. Why? Because the public's going to eat this shit up.
Yeah.
And that's a story, Phil.
You want to know why I'm doing it? I'll tell you why I'm doing it.
Share it tonight, Phil. Sorry, my apologies. I dragged you into it.
No, you're good. You're good. You're fine. I want to know why people are. I want to know how people don't see things that other people do see. What's preventing them from seeing it?
Okay, Phil. Me and you, I'm going to say that maybe you're in the same boat as me. If me and you were now hard pressed to run 100 meters under 10 seconds, could you do it without a man-made device?
Oh, hell no.
Okay, so then why would we assume that other human beings can see things the way we do? That's a given. Once you find out...
No, I'm not saying they can or they do. I'm just saying what prevents them from doing it.
They don't have that set of gifts, Phil. Call it a curse if you want. Some people reflect other people.
That's where I'm leaning. I think it's more of that in the Bible where it says, if you believe not the truth, you get a bigger delusion.
You could.
People that have wisdom, that's true.
People that have wisdom will have wisdom. The people that believe in belief systems will have belief systems. There's nothing intangibly right or wrong about that. The right and wrong is being conditioned to people. That's a pious position to think that either I'm right, therefore somebody must be wrong. I'm looking for directions. But if you want to play that game, you play that game. I'll gladly hear you out. But don't expect me to judge you by saying I agree with you or disagree with you. That's me talking. But for other people, Phil, you're hearing me. And I appreciate that, Phil. It's just when people start weighing in and say, well, Dominic, I agree. I'm like, okay, that's their program. But I would not interrupt a person having a conversation so I can give them my fucking stamp of approval on it. That's disrespectful. People just don't realize that. But most people are still going to practice that. If you're in the energy of something, it doesn't necessarily need to, that's why I say it's cult-like behavior. I got to put a stamp on that. Unless they're adding to it. There's certain people that I've met on here, they will add to or give a different perspective of it. But for the majority of the people, they want to be able to say, okay, where do I put my star?
Yeah,
fine.
I hear you.
And if that's the case, then go vote. Go to religion. Those are dogmas that are clearly there for them. Now, if they feel as though they got sold some faulty good, where's their accountability at that point? You want to blame your parents, you want to blame your community, but eventually, where's the accountability of one individual?
I'm going to blame my ex-wife.
Go ahead.
That's when I'll blame. She's not around.
Okay, well, if you understand energy, Phil, you'd understand calling her your ex is actually taboo. But anyway, you carry on with that.
Well, I didn't want to say dead, but since you brought it up,
you got Dom going?
No, he doesn't got me going, Chuck. I'm willing to challenge the words. I'm not challenging Phil.
No,
I adore Phil.
Yeah, he's good. I know, Don.
I'm good. I don't know, but you don't have to validate it for me, Phil, but I appreciate that. If I'm not good, what am I?
You're good with me, we're good.
Sarcastic. Phil, Dom is on a roll, man.
I get that. It's cool. Yeah.
Could even be lukewarm.
I just let him roll. But I understand what he's saying, and he's right to a point, but
to a point. To a point.
To a point. Well, you have to look at it both ways.
Who gives us rights, Chuck? I mean, Phil.
It's not to my point. Here's another reason I was going to tell you why I'm doing it, because the NPC thing. I'm not buying it totally, and I think everybody needs the opportunity to see what they don't see.
So how can we sugar up that purchase so that you will make that purchase complete? What would it take for you to be a full on board NPC, useless mouth breather, and a goyim? What would it take, Phil? Right now, a one time offer. I'm not going to sell you the Filter Queen vacuum. What would it take for you to be fully on board and buy into this? Ice cream?
I don't think I don't have a price for one.
Okay, but you bought into other systems, have you not? You have a truck, don't you? Do you
No, of
not?
course we all do.
No,
We all
I'm
have.
talking to you, Phil.
Yeah, yeah.
No. Let's not throw everybody else under the bus now.
No, I'm just saying that's human nature is what I'm saying.
Human behavior, maybe. I don't know about nature, but carry on.
Okay.
I'm asking you, what would make you
Behavior.
fully buy into the NPC, non-player character game?
I don't know what would.
Humbleness.
I guess meeting one and having one in person.
You're
Maybe.
talking to one right now. I'm an NPC.
No, you're not. You're not.
See now, see, there you go. I'm telling you something, and you're even denouncing me.
Well, you said you were I say that because you told me you were an observer earlier.
I am an observer. I'm all those
Is
things.
that a non-player character? Well,
It's a
you're
player.
observing. That's a play.
Non-player, being the observer. I'm not the experiencer, but I experience things. Yes, I do. I'm all those things at that point, Phil. I'll even be an agent.
Yeah, but okay, Mr. Anderson.
I'll even be Mr. Anderson, whoever he is.
Calm down, Mr. Anderson.
See, now you're trying to tell me to calm down, Phil. That doesn't usually sit well with me. But if you want to tell yourself to calm down, you go right ahead. I'm okay calling myself an NPC. I'm okay with that, Phil. So I'm asking you because you had said you don't fully buy into it. So I'm thinking let's throw a little bit on it. What would it take for you to fully buy into it?
I don't think I could. And also like the multiverse stuff, like parallel. I don't buy that either. So
okay, you don't buy it.
Okay. No big deal.
But you're still a consumer of something, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. No, it's not. Of course, kind of taints a little bit. It's a given that you're that. Okay, so you just don't fully buy into other things. You probably don't fully buy into religion. You probably don't fully buy into state. Okay, so at that point, some people call people lukewarm. They're not fully in. There's people that are fully into religion. Let them be. There's people that say, Dominic, I don't believe in religion, but they'll be an atheist. Okay, be fully in as an atheist. Fill your boots. There you go. Bring some sandals just in case you feel.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Dom, I know I'm not going to change anything. I know I don't even have to do this.
Well, you are going to change you. You're going to change you. You might have some shifts.
Right. I mean, out external. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but it's going to kill some time anyway, at least, you know.
It's entertainment, sure. The fact that you say you don't fully buy in, at least we can entertain it. Somebody said, Dominic, I don't buy it. I'm like, okay, this ought to be an interesting conversation. Because I'm going to hear nothing more than justifications at that point. Well, Dominic, I'm not one of those people. Really, you're not one of those people. Who are those people at that point?
Yeah,
especially if I turn around and say, I'm one of those people.
Well, here's what I was getting. Here's my retort to that is we're all those people. And we're all none of those people, but we're all those people. You know what I mean? We can be endless of what we have the capabilities to be, but possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
People just don't. I don't know. They just seem something. I don't know. There's something out. I just can't put my finger on it, Dom.
Got to put a finger on it. What finger? By the way?
You know how it is.
So if me and you, Phil, both got popped out of a womb, and we were born into a family that we find out later on they're an elitist family, would we be programmed based on the scripts that they follow?
Oh, sure. I'd be baby eating motherfucker probably.
That's an assumption. We don't know that for sure. We would have to be there to find out if that baby's being eaten, you know, until we find out maybe we've been eating at McDonald's. Who knows? I'm being honest when I say who knows.
No,
I can speculate.
Exactly. I get you. Well, they found it in there, they say. So
that goes back to somebody cut a tree stump a long time ago and put it in a book. So somebody told us, and I don't mind entertaining this stuff, and I say it jokingly that
you're bogging, Dom.
What's that?
Yep, you're bogging. I don't know if it's you or me.
Okay.
I like it when Dom's like it. It's funny.
Yeah, because I try to make it entertaining to a certain point because,
It
like I
is.
said, anybody that has answers, I have popcorn. As I'm eating the popcorn, I'll gladly hear them. I'm not
And
there to judge them. They're obviously doing the judging by saying, Dom, there's them, there's the elite, there's people out there that are eating baby flesh. Okay, I'll entertain the ideal. I can't prove it. And if that person says they can, I said, well, from my point of view, it's a story. And the question would be then, why would you be telling me if it's real if you feel as though it's hideous?
yeah, I definitely don't want to be anywhere to where I can prove it. I don't want to go there.
So we're sitting on the fence being entertained then, and leave it at that then. It's usually the guy
Sure.
that walks
Yeah.
in and
Yeah.
that's already cast the vote and said, listen, Donald, I think they don't do that. I said, how can we prove that? Let alone somebody said, Donald, I think I can prove it. I said, this ought to be interesting. Are you going to take us there?
Yeah. Even if they say they're doing it, they lie so much we don't know that they're doing it.
Philip, are you going to tell me you've never lied before?
No, I have.
Okay, so that's human behavior at that point. Some
Uh-huh.
people just make it, some people just go pro. And
Yeah,
then
but
there's
I
other
didn't.
people.
Go
That's
ahead.
why
Go ahead.
Shut said, Dom, I feel like I Dom, I feel like to corner an idea, not to catch you out, but learn from it with
Ideals, yeah.
uh
Ideals is another way of
with
saying belief systems,
with
ideologies.
pressed upon ideas.
Yeah, belief systems. Ideologies, belief systems. If we
Yeah,
did
but
or didn't go to the moon, I can play with the ideal of it, the belief system. But if somebody pressed hard enough and said, Dom, did you go up there? No. So then what are you doing? I'm entertaining. Gotta remember, guys, most people base their stories on their physical experience, their sensories. If that's the case, then we're using technology, and most of us we're using the endpoints, but we don't know where Wi-Fi is. We don't know where airs are and where thoughts are. I'm overgeneralized when we say we, but if somebody can say, "Don, but I can prove it," I said, "I'll clearly keep quiet and I'll hear you out." But I've already told you where I stand.
and you make me think of the frequency of my words, Dom. That's why I'll entertain doing this with you because
Yes.
it makes me think about the frequency of my words.
Mm.
You
And I
know?
appreciate that, Phil. We've thrown a lot of shit back and forth with each other, and we can still make humor of it. Where other
Oh yeah,
people's like,
absolutely.
no, Dom, I'm going to forgive you. No, no, no. You're already in the energy, not you, Phil. They're already in the energy of revenge. They're not apologetic. They're trying to get back even. I said, I'm nobody to you. Literally,
Yeah.
I'm nobody. If you really understand the concept, nobody, let alone no thing. It doesn't exist here, but it resides from without the body because people have to follow it. Okay, Dom, so where does language exist? I don't know.
That's what I mean by coming through the tunnel.
This place is so wild. What's up, Wayne?
Hey, Wayne.
The Most
I knew
High.
Wayne would have to inject on that. I appreciate that, Wayne. I get it. When I've heard you talk before, Wayne, I get it. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, they could say it over and over again. They don't get it because they don't spend time at least doing critical deduction of what they're not. They're not those
What's low,
thoughts.
Wayne?
Say that again, Charles.
What's low, Wayne?
What's low? The Lord.
I try to catch him off guard, but
I already done said it before I came on YouTube.
that's why he said, say that again. He heard it.
No, I didn't hear you say it the second time, but that's why I said it before I came on YouTube.
I thought he was gonna say not the Most High. You know,
The
because I said,
Lord,
what's low, Wayne?
the Lord is low.
The
Mm-hmm.
Lord,
Yeah, I'm with him
the
on that.
Lord of Flies.
No, no, he's literally saying the Lord, Chuck. Lord, ruler. He is the low.
Yeah, the Lord of Flies. What's low?
Mm.
Beelzebub.
It could be. That's another word that you can give to it, Phil. Again, people feel good when they start putting words to justify their interpretation of what a Lord or Lord God or what a God is. You know,
Yeah.
people like to bash whatever was written in the Bible. I said, what God were you following or Lord were you following? Because there is rulers here, not owners.
Some
They're
Bibles
rulers.
say God, some Bibles say Lord, some Bibles say Yahweh, some
Yep.
Bibles say Jehovah, some Bibles say shut the fuck up. No, there's so many different fucking Bibles. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. That's why all of it could be misleading.
But that's why you look for the Living Bible.
I like the Ethiopian Bible.
The Living Book.
But you would have to be trained to know how to read first. There's your misleading right there. Doesn't matter what book you're reading, but you're still reading, are you not? So you had to be indoctrinated or entrained at that point.
Yeah, when you look at the sign, you're reading it.
Yes. You're looking at symbols. Outside the symbols, and then you're getting images from within. And then, of course, there's already a storyline that's already running already. So at that point, go ahead, Wayne.
If you don't know a language like English, then the English might call it symbols, but it's the truth. I know the
Letters,
truth.
numbers, they're all symbols.
But when you see it raining, you read it.
Some people can, Wayne. Some people can pick it up. Same with fire. Same with air. Back in the day before people... Go ahead.
So like the English language is a tap. Like it'll tap into the truth with you, and you'll start calling the sun the sun. But I think when you look at it, that's his name. When I look at you, that's your name. When I see you, see your name.
The unspoken word.
I hear your name.
Yeah, and there's sounds and frequencies behind it, or you see symbols. Again, you would have to be with the truth, looking at all the deceptions. It's an energy at that point. A lot of people use words in vain. Like, I know the truth. I said you would have to be with the truth, and then see all the deception. You would have to see the illusion for what it is. So I'm in the illusion. Yes, you're not with the truth. You're in the illusion. The truth can set you free, but are you willing to do whatever it takes, or whatever effort you have to do, the true works or whatever, to remove yourself from the illusion? As a person says, I'm reading a book, I said, you're in the illusion still. You know that, right?
That's right, which is education.
Which is fun to play. And
Look
literally,
at yelling in the background.
Oh, it's just somebody else, Chuck. Try to ignore it if you can.
She's teaching the youth.
The word sun is the illusion.
Yeah, that's why people say nothing new under the sun, but what's above the sun? We use phrases short-sighted. It's like, okay, I'm trying to make reasons of things. I said, what about if you question everything?
But I feel that the sun is a whole, and not like a physical round object. It's a whole.
It can be. I'm with you on that, Wayne. Again, can we prove it? You might be able to say, I've experienced it. I've actually gone through that portal. But for most people, it'd be like, what storyline are they feeding? Well, the sun is made out of what material? Just because everything here is material doesn't mean the sun is material. You almost have to have a beginner's mind, not an open mind, a beginner's mind. And at that point, that person would have to be in some sort of energy, teachable energy preferably. But for most people, they're going to regurgitate energy, in this case, programs. They'll be in their masculine energy, which again, I'm just using words. You know, if that doesn't resonate with you, use other words, especially when you're using the English language. There's many meanings to words. You know, and it's not to bash one over the other. It's just, it just has a different kind of energy. If you want to use English, it's a meaningful language. You want to use Greek, that's a comprehension language. You want to use something for more about healing, if you do mantras, use Sanskrit. But I don't want to learn that. I say, okay, well then learn instruments then. There's certain things that mimic certain kinds of energy. And don't worry about this 440 and 432. That's again, half full, half empty mentality. There's many frequencies out there, and you can gauge them with numbers. There's a reason why we use the word gauge, describe.
Not that word gay again. Fuck!
Okay. I'm being happy, Chuck.
But the gauge can be in and out, though.
It can be.
Yeah.
Again, it's the word gay. It's an English origin word, and you can use it for meaning many different things. Are you talking about being happy? Are you talking about same-sex endeavors? Whatever. You know, you do pick up from other people's their intent. You know, they're trying to make fun of somebody by saying that word. I said, so you're not really insulting me. You're insulting somebody that chooses to have that lifestyle. You're assuming that I have that lifestyle, but I don't. And it's not because it's not a preference. Again, that person quickly reveals how low they are on the chakra scale. Most
But if
people are going to favor. Go
they
ahead.
gay, what's the problem? Like, why they insulted? And if they're not
Because
gay, then I ain't
some
talking
people
about
do, Wayne, but some people do. Again, Wayne, a lot of people are trying to cult up with each other. And when they do, you can find out quickly, but they're insulting. But you're excluding me from it, or you're making fun of me.
because it's not what you saying.
Like I said, the intent,
Like,
the
like,
energy behind it.
black female, so-called black females, they'll call each other the dog and heat word, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll be okay. They okay with it. But if I do it, they're not okay with that because it's not what you're saying. It's your status in their code.
Yeah, again, it's called like behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're not asking, are you trying to say you're a dog in heat? Well, no, I'm not. I said, so you're saying it in friendly gestures, like saying the word mate. British people say the word mate. Other people are going to use the word to mean something else. Again, that's again how you've been conditioned. It's when you're able to ask for clarity or you have empathy. More times not for me, it's clarity. So what do you mean when you're using that word? I'm looking for clarity. So I can say, listen, yeah, you're trying to make fun of me, but you're not going to give me clarity. I said, so you're living in your own little world and they're actually projecting.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. And if they're projecting, I said, that's fine. It's a gift
The
that didn't
language
get received.
invalid, right? That's why the language invalid.
It can be, and that's a good way of looking at it, Wayne, but for most people, it is valid to them. It's like saying the meat suit's not valid. I say the word just to see how
A
people
code,
are emotionally. Go ahead.
which is they're in a culture, a code.
Yes. But they're not, say, the person that's of a certain age. Have you ever challenged those programs? Are you the body in this particular case? Do you feel that you're gay? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I felt he insulted me. I said, no, no. You've permitted that. That's already within you. So let's bring it out now. Because that person, whether they knew it or not, gave you a gift unaware. If you didn't receive it, the gift goes back to them. So people try to insult each other, but they don't realize, you know who you're really insulting? Oneself.
Oneself. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you do say it, Wayne. I hear you. I've heard you the very first time I heard you on Knowledge Uprising. I heard you then. But the thing is,
I gotta insult myself to see that you insulted me.
yeah, no different. You're praising yourself. You're the only one that's living in that little illusionary world. I know that. You know that. For a lot of people, they're still living externally thinking, but do you live outside? This is a conversation I can have with a 5-year-old. And if they're somewhat receptive, they say, I never thought of that. There you go. Play with it. Use your imagination. Because that's all you've been doing. But then people start getting constructed in their head. The word construct gives it away. And then they literally think they're living outside. Your eyes are seeing it, but you're not out there. Now your suit could be touching it, but again, when you're touching a rock, where's the word? It doesn't exist there. That's the illusion.
Out there is in there.
You can play that too if you want.
Well, you know, when you dream, I don't know how dreaming is to nobody. But in the dream, out there is in there.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it ain't no
It's also in there. It's also in there too. It's a dream world, and no matter where you're going from it. Hence, you're using imagination. We're using words to try to describe it: imagination, dream world, astral traveling, remote viewing. That goes back to, you see this rock here. Me and Chuck just cracked it yesterday, and I saw a bunch of line on there. And me and Chuck, we got a couple of degrees. We say it's 10 million years old. Okay, let's go with that. How do we sell it? Go ahead, Wayne.
Been here for 10 million years.
Believe that shit too. That's the problem. Like to me, that's not proper. I don't know. I used to watch like National Geographic or some type of channels on cable. Like fuck, and like 15 years ago, and damn, time flies. Back when cable was a thing, and man, a lot of stuff that I've watched, I look back and it's laughable, man. A lot of things that they put.
But at that point, Chuck, do you have a true perception or a conditioned perception? As you're watching something or you're reading some sort of
You're
geographic.
watching something on there. That's a condition
Yes.
perception.
Yeah. But if you're able to challenge it, because we are artificial intelligence, not that software they call it intelligent, because it can't question itself. We have the ability to question things, not others, question oneself. So whatever you're perceiving, can you question it? If not, then it's a conditioned perception, not a true perception. And that's usually patterns. Most people have to base it on patterns. Not to say you're going to have an answer, but you'll surely figure out reason and rhyme. You'll go. I'd rather go with the rhyme, the pattern part. Humans
So when you
hurt
look
each
at
other.
something, that's not your eyesight when you look at something?
I'm perceiving things with my eyesight. No different. I'm actually perceiving things with touch and smell. Those are
So
sensory.
far as your eyes can see, that's not your eyesight?
It's a sight. The eyesight. Are you talking about the eyes or the eye?
Sight beyond sight.
Same thing. Same.
Not to me, it isn't, Wayne. There's the eyesight, which people call the third eye, and then there's the things that you see with your senses. Those two
So when
shouldn't
you hear
merge together.
something, like, is you hearing it out there, or are you hearing it in there?
Well, it's coming from, some of it's coming from out there. We have to use some sort of gauge. But a lot of things are coming from within. I'm always receiving it from within. Hence the word hear. And then there's hearing. There's like see and seeing. Those are play on words. But something inside will say, now you're participating. Most people don't check inwards more times than not. They perceive things outwards, so they're being conditioned. Teachable is you go inwards and then say, okay, everything I've just taken in. That's why some people, they can get mugged. Next thing you know, I didn't see the mugger, but something inside saw the mugger.
And I ignored it.
Exactly. Ignored it. In a conscious state, most people ignore it consciously. They know it's still there, whether it's intuitive or not, but they ignore it. Now, the body has physical limitations. That's why I say, can you run 100 meters under 10 seconds? That's a physical thing.
I can't say you can see, but I can see.
I caught on quick when I was young.
That the sky is my eyesight or my eyes. I can see it. Because when you, not saying you, when I walk, the whole sky follow me.
True.
Like when the sun or moon is in the sky and you peek out the side of your window, the sun and the moon will move with you.
It's like looking in a mirror.
I think it does that with you, but it does that with me. So if I see the moon through the window and I move my head back and forth, the moon will move back and forth with me.
Well, I try to give you an example, so I say I was following. It's like I'll use my name on it. Looking at a mirror as I'm walking away, I'm looking back at the mirror. It's still looking at me, even though the angles change. I can say with my reason, but I've changed. But I'm still looking at the mirror. No different than looking up at the sky.
But the sky is a mirror.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So the whole sky.
That's why in the Hennessy, the Hennessy commercial, when he went up to the firmament. Remember when he looked into the firmament when he got up to the top and you seen himself as a child? The Hennessy commercial.
I don't remember that.
Could be memories up there, Chuck, and then we're just typing into the matrix or whatever word you want to use to say I'm seeing a version of me when I was a child. That's memory at that point.
Like clouds in the distance. Like I don't know for nobody else, but clouds in the distance, I can't walk under those clouds because every time I walk towards them, they go away from me.
They're running from you.
So if I run from them, they run with me.
Every time I walk, I'll walk like I don't. I'll be like I'm not looking at the sun. Do 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 do. I'll stop and turn around. It's following me.
Yeah, you can't walk under the sun.
Yeah, it's like looking at a painting. It has eyes and it's looking at you, so you think. Again, that's telling you it's all about you, which is probably valid. But you do realize you have to hear other people say, well, it was following me too. Sure, okay, we'll go with that.
No, it always followed me.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone has their own sign, from my perspective.
You're giving all of us the benefit of the doubt that we must actually at that point, Wayne. But you are telling us about you.
That's if they have a son. I don't know. They could be using me for light.
Maybe.
Yeah, the light of the world.
Well, you have a ball that we call the sun, but meanwhile there could be a whole bunch of clouds in front of it, but yet meanwhile the rest of the part it's still lit up. So there could be that luminary flashlight, and then there could literally be the light. Two different things. Even though during the daylight people are going to say, okay, but the sun's illuminating everything. Maybe. But I've seen situations where no, you put something in front of it, it would be dark. It should be dark. No, it's still illuminated up there.
Yeah.
Again, that's playing with my perception, my sensories. I'm willing to entertain those things, but I'm not going to write a book on it because there's already a lot of people writing shit like that. I think at that point, a good burning would help. To see how people are so attached. You can't burn the Bible. It's just it's a book that I can burn. It's right here. I'm going to throw the flag in right after that, state and religion. Well, you can't do that. I said, you're going to tell me man-made policies again? What I can and cannot do? Am I harming anybody here outside of what? Your feelings?
But there's a living Bible.
There is. Yes, you can use a word like the Living Bible, but do you think most people are going to grasp what that actually is?
Your real life.
Okay, well, then what's life? Are we breathing it? Breath of life? Are we breathing it in and out?
Yeah, you're telling me about it now from your book.
Good.
The air is the consciousness.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Chuck. I'm with you, and I'm with you on that too, Wayne. Yes, but for most people, they're going to say love. Let's give each other love. We are, in an indirect way, we are giving love. Every time you breathe, it's unconditional. It's not what people call love, which is not even agapa, where they say, I love my kid. I said, that's obligation and duty. Go ahead, sorry, Chuck.
I think like these televisions and radios also play a part in how things we might be a collective. They're always spewing out negativity on these televisions, history books. All they talk about is war, killing. If we're always thinking like that and always projecting this shit, everything else is gonna go to shit too. We're constantly thinking negative and about killing, and I think a lot of this shit plays a part.
I think, Chuck, people have to learn a couple of things. One is the negative aspect will reveal somebody that's stuck in the positive or they lack grounding. So when negative presents itself, the energy of the feminine energy, most people don't realize how much they're into their actions or their indifference. They're even indifferent to the grounding. So when you get tempted with something negative, it's there to teach you something. It's usually trying to say you're clinging way too much to positive or you're too ungrounded. It's like a car, negative and positive, and the car is grounding. And for a lot of us, we really don't participate with nature directly. Indirectly, we do. These are the things. And like you're saying about I'm going to use the word indoctrination about television. What do you think the written work is? It's another version of indoctrination. Indoctrination, inner teachings. People just hear the word indoctrination because they assume. Dom is saying it's negative. I said, it is. It's there to teach you to merge with the positive. Now, people could ask questions. I said, I'll gladly share. But most people don't know enough to ask questions. So they're not teachable at that point. They're programmable. That's why they'll say, well, Dom, you said something that was, it hurt your feelings? Are you trying to openly reveal that you don't even have a developed emotions? It's not my concern, Chuck. I'm not the type of person that's going to take advantage of other people. But they surely want to do that with me. I said, this is entertaining now for me. Once you realize you're supposed to merge the energy together, but even that, most people, if they're truly aware, they realize, so I played the game of division. Yes, you did. Those things were never meant to divide. It's an illusion. This is why when I tell people, Who gave you rights? If you're going to play right and left, why don't you merge them together? No, Dom, it's right and wrong. I said, wrong? Who told you this shit? You have birthrights. You have birthrights. So where's the lefts and all of that? And what is being birthed? I
Playing
get some.
in this system, you'll never win. This shit's like gambling.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking rigged. It's rigged.
But it's fun, Chuck, to talk about how the casino works. It's usually the person that comes into it thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to naively think that I'm here to win. I said, really? Then you don't know how the system really works. If they allow you to win, it's to set up for something later on. Now, if you're just there to participate, I'm going to play chess. I'm not really caring about winning
That's
or losing.
wild. They could tell through the cameras. They'd be like, oh, we're going to feed this man's addiction. We're going to get his house by the end of the night.
Yeah, no different. No different. You can go to a bookstore and say, listen, in this section we'll have fictional, non-fictional, we'll have cartoons over there. Whatever you want to consume, play with
That's
it.
diabolical, man. I never thought of that. The cameras and shit, they be watching people.
Sure they do. Sure they do. And then you also have a card. You got to go in there. They you know, say, yeah. Is it really, Chuck? Most people have to be conditioned. I'm going to tell you, Chuck, straight out. I've told my buddies before. If it was solely about slot machines and playing cards, and there was no money involved, the casinos, first of all, probably wouldn't be open. And
how much do you think they gross a day, casinos?
In the 90s, Donald Trump, when he bought Merv Griffin, they had to make $30 million a month just to break even.
30 million?
That was 1990.
Yeah, man. Today.
And the thing is, when you go into the casino, the house always wins. The reason why they win is because you're playing with everybody else's money. You're not playing with their money. You know, the slot machines cost a lot of money. The waterfall, the people that they pay there.
When I first went, they had a card they give you, and to track, you know, all your playings, and then you could like win a free dinner and stuff like that. I already knew right then and there, man. They're tracking every move you make.
Sure
they could easily control. Oh, man, let's give him a little win here.
We have a SIN number. You have a birth certificate.
They could feed your addiction so lovely, man, and play with people's emotions.
Yes, very, very. And if you're developing emotionally, you're just going to be challenged that much more. You know, like us, Chuck. Me and you go to a baseball game. Chuck, hey, do you think the owners of the team actually are the owner of the stadium? Probably not, Chuck. You know, that's all Coliseum. Fun to watch. If you're the experiencer, it might suck to be you if you got to be thrown into the Coliseum. But as the observer, it's fun to watch. If that wasn't the case, then why do we have TVs and movies? That's the observer. Now, if you weigh in on it, now you're going to play with your dopamine. Oh, yeah, but I hope the villain wins this time. That would be a fun, twisted story. But most people favor that some superhero.
I won a casino my first time. I went with $15. And I was down to my last 50 cents. I was with my friend Jeff O'Neill that passed away. And he was like, Chuck, put both of your quarters in. And I was like, no. My last 2 quarters. I should have listened to him.
Mm-hmm.
But I won $390.
And there's where the addiction starts. And that's where the addiction starts.
No,
right then and there.
I left with my money. I left to my third time.
But if you had stuck around and got like a card.
Well, I had to wait because my friend drove. And I watched him. He was up 1,800.
Mm-hmm.
Up 1,800. I watched him lose it all. I kept telling him, come on, man, let's go. He was playing blackjack.
Yeah, well, that's what people do.
Blackjack will swallow your money up in a second.
It can. I've seen guys pay for $5,000 at a time. Again, Chuck, it's one of those things, Chuck, when they start offering you comps, next thing you know, you have maybe $2,000, $3,000 worth of free food. I said, no, you paid for those food. I can get free motel or whatever. You paid for all of that. Chuck, nothing's free in this realm. That's why we have rulers. Nothing. Anybody that tells me it's free, I said, you're delusional. You even if you want to steal, it's still not free.
Nothing is free.
Nothing's free.
You're putting your energy into it.
Sure you do.
Which is your free.
It's not free.
What's that, Chuck? Sorry, what's that, Wayne?
You're putting your free energy into it.
It's not free energy, it's harness energy. I don't know where people get this idea of free. If you understand the energy of FREE, you realize it doesn't harmonize.
But I'm saying,
Nothing's free.
if I'm the receiver of your energy, then you giving it to me free. You
It's
free.
not free, Chuck. Again, you still have to receive it. There's energy in it, energy in motion. The fact that people being
You
conditioned.
called Wayne Chuck. That was funny.
Yeah, sorry about that, Wayne, and sorry, Chuck. Where free speech, free will, no, the will has many variations. If you think something's free, you're delusional. It's energy. All of it's energy. I'm even using a word to try to describe it, even though it's probably misleading too. But this is where people say, oh, it's free. No, it's harness energy. You got to participate. You have to have a giver and receiver, which you could do with yourself.
Walk across the border to Mexico. Let's see how free you are.
They'll constrain. Yeah, they'll constrain
I
you.
tell my friend, we're free, yeah? We'll walk to Mexico. Let's see how free you are.
Yeah,
See how far you get.
constrain my free energy. It doesn't work that way. You're going to contain somebody's energy. They can yip yap all they want. Go ahead, sorry, Wayne.
Contain that energy for free.
No, it's effort. Wayne, maybe you might have this ability. Air is everywhere. What we see is effect. It's erroneous when people say cause and effect. It's effect and side effect. But if you could literally see the energy, it's effort, always. It could even be stagnated. It's still effort. The ideal that people have to be conditioned to the word free is humorous.
I feel you on that, but I'm just saying.
Still got to participate. I get it. And as long as people want to believe, and it is a belief.
Giving the people for free.
Go with it. That's what I'm going to say. Go with it then.
The people are free. So the system.
Freedom for a reason.
You know, it's not like as though people use in certain religions giving up your will for some other will. Okay, but it's not about free. It's about the will. When people think of free, go ahead.
The will is free.
Sure. If you think it's free, I'm going to say okay. I'm trying to tell you the energy of free, FREE, does not resonate when you add the word will to it or speech to it. Now, you use the word harness, effort, yes.
Did you pay
to me,
for
free, a lot of times free just means lack of accountability. They're thinking they're getting something. Go ahead.
For the sky, do you have an effort for it?
Yes. I got to move my eyes.
So when you open your eyes, you're paying?
I'm energy, and I'm seeing other energy. I have to participating in its participation is effort. Right now, if I all of a sudden I'm chilling, I'm laying on my bed, my body's still functioning. It's always in motion.
You said you have to participate. You'll have to is free. Okay. Yeah.
We'll go that way then. It's in your interpretation for you. It's free. Are you there, Chuck? Still?
Yeah.
It's kind of like I know I like to play with words, but when things are coin operated, in this case, electricity, gas, and all that, they're harnessing it. So at that point, they need to.
They're harnessing it from the Earth's natural. I don't know. I don't even know if that's natural, but for lack of better words, I say from Earth's natural energy. But I even think that there's a machine of some sort at the center of this realm that the so-called creator or whatever built or put there. This energy just don't come out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. So at that point, as they're harnessing it with devices, it costs money for those devices. So therefore, they're going to pass that on to others. So if you want it in a gas pump, you want it traveling it through like some 18-wheeler, we're paying for its service. Now, people can harness the energy if they want themselves too, but then at the same time, people say, yeah, but then I don't have my own land. Well, then you would have to use your energy to protect that land because there'll be other humans that are going to try to take it. Whether there's a well there, like a stream that's going there, or some sort of other natural resources there.
They're gonna dump this on you.
Yes. You know, to me, the
Look at
concept of,
that.
yeah,
That's crazy.
but the
Look at
concept
that.
of,
You can see the metals in that.
yeah, because once you go to a certain atmosphere, you're going to see those devices like jets or planes. You're going to see a different kind of thing coming from their tailwind.
It looks holographic there. Sometimes you can see through them.
Mm-hmm.
They'll lose a wing, or the light will hit it wrong, and it's. I seen the video too in the military. They have to where these I call them planes, but they're unmanned. The military has armies of these jets that can be flown by AI. I think these jets that spray, they're on I don't want to call it a timer, but they're on time to take off and fly and do these certain routes that are probably programmed into the plane. They don't need people in them no more. And AI just controls it. 11 a.m. up. This plane's take off, do its route, spray, come back. I mean, I think that's how far ahead they are with this shit. They don't need men to fly it up there. Now AI will do it off for them.
So here's one, Chuck. What about entertaining the idea that those objects that we call objects in the sky, the sun and the moon, those are images. There's a good chance,
Possibility.
yeah, there's a chance that in different atmospheres, it's no longer material. They literally could be images. Hence, where do we get some of our technology? Mind
They
over
could
matter.
put that shit. They could have hooked it up to the firmament.
It could be. Again, people have done cloud busting. You can get a sky that's completely empty, do some finger pointing. Next thing you know, a cloud will show up. Again, those could be images. But because we're earthbound beings,
3D printed cloud, a 3D printed cloud.
it could be. But again, because most people are
Like
earthbound,
Mario Brothers. Do 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 do. Oh man, we're fucked.
it could be. You could be fucked. But again, because we're earthbound, people are going to make the assumption that everything that they see here and they touch here on the physical, the absence of water, therefore up there it must be the same thing. That's an assumption at that point. That's why when people look at the sun and the moon, I said, those could be images. Oh, I don't know, Tom. I said, there you go.
Yeah, I think the moon is definitely a hologram.
It
Now
could
the
be.
sun.
It could be. We've had pictures of up in the sky when there's no satellites, and sailors would have all these maps. There's a good chance the moon could literally just be a satellite that's taking all kinds of pictures. Maybe. Again, this is where people have to have like a beginner's mind, a perhaps story. The one that says, Dom, I know for sure, I said, okay, did you read in a book? Well, yeah. I said, okay, did you experience it? Outside of the book, did you experience it? Were you up there to confirm all of that? Well, no. So get down here with the rest of us and speculate at that. Like I get it, Chuck. This is where people play this telephone game. Next thing you know, the one guy that sells it a little bit more than the next guy, I said, fuck, I've already bought into the system. So you don't expect me to buy something that I've already purchased. Again, Chuck, it's fun to play, but for a lot of people, they get really caught up in being silly or serious. Where's the sincerity in all of that? I'm being sincere when I said, it could be. I can't prove it. And the one that does, no problem. I'll mute. I'll gladly hear them because I don't want them to hear me eating popcorn. It'd be rude. They might even tell me they got a couple of degrees. Well, Dom, I went to university. Anything less than 15 degrees is useless to me. But carry on. And when I say degrees, a language is a degree. Reading something is a degree. Hearing something is a degree. All your senses are some sort of degree. If that word doesn't
I used to think all that was a fucking joke. you go to some course, you read a couple things, and you get a degree in it. When you don't know shit, the real experience comes when you work at your fucking job, you know. That's where the real experience comes into play, not a degree.
And Chuck, this is why when people play with, they say certain members are 32. 32 degrees, 33, that's fucking pretty narrow. There's many degrees out there. Me and Chuck are on a boat. Which way do you want to go, Don? There's 360 degrees. What direction do you want to go, Chuck? Well, I only want to do 32. So we're always going in the same direction. So, okay, no problem. Let's go with that. And then you go with that. Now, if you want to experience it, like you said, Chuck, now you're doing modalities. You're literally experiencing. You're being the experiencer, but you're always the observer. But you've chosen, me and Dom are going to play baseball today. So we're going to experience playing baseball. But we can also say, listen, today, Dom, I think we're just going to go to the baseball game. We're going to observe people experiencing baseball. Two different things.
Yeah, your whole life's from an observation point.
Yes.
You are the center of your universe.
That's why that's the midpoint in a clock. There's the 13th point. It's just us. I'm going to use the word just us, not Jesus. Just us.
You are the beholder, the light bearer, the torch holder, the fucking, however you want to put it.
Again, you're using many words, Chuck, and I appreciate that because, at this point, if you want to share with people. Go ahead, Wayne.
I said the only one thinking on your life.
Mm-hmm. Thinking, feeling, reasoning, intuitive. Sure, why limit to just the thinking? Mm-hmm. Not everybody are thinking either, Wayne, too. Sometimes people are intuitive, some people are feelers. This is why when people say, Dom, I see it, I think, are you really seeing it? Dom, it doesn't make any sense. Oh, so you're using your senses. Okay. Thank you for telling me where you stand. But Dom, you don't understand me. I said that's not my job.
That's why all this stuff obsolete. We active.
Yes, that's why we have many words with the word act, fact, factually, practical, action. Of course, we're all acting. We're in the world of stage, and in the world of stage, you need to be actors and actresses, and let's give them some scripts. Let's even let them express themselves. It's fun to play. You're in the illusion.
Let's get some Pizza Express.
There you go. I'm with you, Chuck. There we go. Let's get some pizza.
Matter of fact, let's take the express bus to Waterbury.
Mm-hmm. Have some pizza. No problem. But you do, Wayne. You're just sharing a tonality that people will associate to the word English. That's all that is. It's fun to play, and I know you're giggling because you know it's fun to play.
I know I'm the only one to talk to, right?
Exactly. But I'll pretend to hear you.
Yeah.
Oh shit! These damn broads.
What do they call guys then? Those damn dicks. It's like I've had my buddies where they'll have a conversation, and one guy will say, "Dom, I was dating this chick." I'll slam on the brakes quick. I said, "Time out. Our buddy's dating farm animals now."
I wonder what this pigeon was thinking when he was eating this pork
Maybe
fried rice.
he was using Wayne's word, free food.
I wonder if he was like enjoying it, like tasty morsels, like
The cargo.
I wonder if the pigeon knew it was pork fried rice.
And he say, God gave it to me.
Maybe.
The cargo coat dropped it off.
Certain types of food animals just don't touch. We'll eat it, but they won't touch it.
No, that's how you can tell if your animal eats it, it's all right for you to eat it. If they don't eat it and they look at you crazy, don't eat it.
Not all things now. My cat
Animals
like
know, man. Trust me. They'll sniff it and be like, "No, I'm good." They'll know right off the bat.
My cat thinks
My cat
bleach
won't eat.
tastes good.
My
I
bad.
guess.
Go ahead.
My cat likes bleach.
What? No.
You got to question your cat's ability now, Wayne. What kind of cat did I inherit?
Your cat don't like no fucking bleach.
Yeah, my cat eats bleach.
No, it don't.
It does.
No,
I
it
have to
don't.
keep things with bleach,
We cat'd
out of
be fucking dead off
well,
the the first time
like
it drank it.
like I would wash something with bleach in my hands, and my cat um would be thirsty for it.
Mm.
And one time I caught her licking the mop, so I have to keep
Dysfunction.
things with bleach out of her reach.
That's valid. That's a valid statement of Chuck that Wayne's saying. It's like certain children, they'll do stuff, like not every kid wants, hey, I'm going to put something in an electrical socket, or I'm going to eat this pin or whatever. It's just some of them are more curious than others. The fact that Wayne knows enough to keep that away from the animal. One day, unfortunately, Wayne would probably see the poor cat uh, no longer in that vessel. So well done, Wayne.
Yeah, have to be extra careful with stuff.
Now, on that note, Chuck, you got to be careful. Maybe your cat one day is going to say, "Listen, Chuck's asleep. He's not going to know that I'm tasting him."
Huh.
You wake up half awake and like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, nothing, Chuck. I'm not doing nothing. I'm doing nothing, Chuck." Now, if that was a dog, Wayne, I would say that's probably common with like a dog species. Cat, that's rare actually. They're usually more acutely aware of plants and all that kind of stuff. But hey, maybe that cat reincarnated itself. It was a previous dog. Who knows?
Yeah, because she had kittens, and the kittens would eat, regular human food, I guess. But she don't eat. She don't eat human food.
Yeah, my cat won't. My cat won't eat hot dogs, like things you would think a cat. My cat is very picky.
Mm-hmm. Again, it's one of those things, Chuck. We can speculate. How do we not know that possibility that maybe we're living beings going in many different forms? So maybe whoever people were in human form, now they're chosen to be a cat or a dog or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So if there is consciousness, whatever we people want to perceive it as, could they, maybe not trap it, but maybe contain it to a certain point where they can put it in a robot form or in some sort of computer? That is a possibility. No different. The first time a person saw a TV, like the human can't be in that TV. No different than you're capturing somebody's voice in a record player or a cassette player. So, could it be done in a robot? Probably. Would it probably help on the burden of most people not
TV,
wanting to? Go ahead, Wayne.
the television is a robot.
It is. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, it is.
It's a hypnosis machine.
Mm-hmm. It can be. But are we not hypnosis to each other?
Or hypnotic.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bag of chronic.
If they sold the ideal, and they might one day, where you can live in a different kind of form, you don't have to worry about aging, you don't have to worry about getting sick, it might be an easy sell. Think about the technology that we have now. You can have a cell phone with all kinds of devices. You don't need a flashlight anymore. It's there. You don't need a calculator. It's there. Don't worry about having CDs or, any kinds of music. It's all in there. And that didn't really take long. It took maybe one generation to do all of that. And if the clouds are somewhat of a data center, then you're just manifesting it into the material and saying, listen, we're going to have all these data centers everywhere in the physical world.
What are terps?
Turnips? Probably
Terps
turnips.
with Chillster. The Lug say cats hate terps.
I thought it was turnips, but it could.
TURPS terps.
I'll look it up, Wayne.
Terps.
It's a short form for turpentine. There you go. Chill already wrote it down.
I sort of figured that. Yeah. He put terpenes. Terpenes. Turpentine. Okay.
So Chuck, Wayne, I'm
Yeah,
off. I kind of delayed my morning errands here. So Wayne, always as
yeah,
always,
I
thank
gotta
you.
jump off soon.
Same with you, Chuck.
Have a
And
good
everybody,
day, Dom.
Dom,
thanks
appreciate you,
guys.
Dom.
Always. And same with you, Wayne. Same with you, Chuck, and everybody else in chat and all the kitty cats. And keep an eye on that cat, Wayne. Crazy
Yes,
cat of
sir.
yours.
Yeah.
Ciao, guys. Love you.
Love
Have
you
a
too.
great day. Get this pigeon some Narcan and a Newport ASAP.
Is Naga not coming up?
I don't know. Naga is like the micro machine, man. What's
Canada
up,
Army call him.
Chilston?
Canada Army call him a bot. So
Peace to Mr. Infinite Finality, Renegade, Phil.
I think
What
Canada
happened
Army
to
call.
Phil? That's right. Eyes wide shut.
I think he called me a
Back
bot too.
Canada. What's up, Canada Dummy? Sounds like Canada.
Canada Army, yeah. Well, I say Canada Army.
Yeah. Canada Dummy. A finger pigeon. Um, you know what's crazy? All the pigeons that used to be under this bridge over here in the 90s growing up. I never seen one baby pigeon.
Me either. I think. Well, they call them morning doves here. We call them pigeons too. But like New York pigeons, I think they be downtown though. But you don't really see them around in the neighborhood, or you don't see them. Like that, yeah, like that pigeon in the picture. We don't see those in the neighborhood. I think they be in the city downtown though.
Man, there used to be hundreds of them. They would be under that bridge, and then all of a sudden, they all disappeared. I think the city put poison up there and killed them. Yep,
Well, I think
motherfucker.
the
Huh?
way a person think, like the more you go into the world, the more like nature disappear. Like robins, I used
Yeah,
to see
they
robins.
disappeared and they never came back.
Yeah, when
Ever.
you go
I
back,
to this day I don't see none under there. And that blows my mind.
I think when a person go back to love, they'll be able to see them again. Kind of like one is one be teleported from one place to another.
I see a lot of marmots.
Like I used to see
You know,
robins a lot when I was little. Then I stopped seeing them when I started hanging out and stuff like that. But then when I started to make my way back home or to love, I started seeing robins again.
yeah, animals won't come up to you if you got negativity. They could read your energy.
Like lightning bugs. I see one every now and then, but I used to see them a lot when I was little.
I haven't seen a lightning bug since I went camping back in fucking, I don't know. Imagine camping in a fucking bear that's hungry.
Give him something to eat.
Shit. He might want you to eat.
Uh, I don't see it. I see like all animals are mine. So
No, I love animals too, but I ain't going up to no bear. Like some of these people do, they're wild. They'll try to go up to a moose. A moose ain't all there. A moose. Mooses aren't too smart. But they're real fast in water. Because a bear is trying to chase them. And unfortunately, the bear didn't catch him. He was trying to eat the baby moose.
mm-hmm.
You heard about in that video I played? Oh, you weren't here.
Yeah, I missed it. I heard it from a distance. I was on the phone, but I didn't quite get what it
It
was
talks
saying.
about oh, look at this technology they got. This is how they can set us up easy. This is how I think they got the video to the guy that's on trial for Charlie Kirk's fake ass assassination. That shit was fake as motherfucking fake can be. If a gunshot hit him in the neck, there'd have been blood everywhere. The exit wound would have been insane. His neck ain't stopping no rifle bullet. That's a fucking joke. And yeah, there'd have been a trail of blood from the seat all the way to that truck, and there was not one drop of blood on the ground. I mean, these people can do it the fakest, easiest way, and people will still believe it. That's sad to me, at least. People have no sort of common sense anymore. I think it's too expensive. Anyway, who cares? Check this tech out.
You mean to tell me when I put 10 fingers in me it wasn't enough? Alright, bet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You see that
any
way?
amount
How
with
he
any hands.
changed himself?
Like,
You seen that?
No, I missed. I didn't quite get what was going on. You mind playing it again?
Watch out. There's these filters that they sell, and you could become anybody. Look at this shit.
you mean to tell me when I put 10 fingers in me it wasn't enough? Alright, bet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any amount with any hands. Like, bro, artificial.io can do anything with no limits. I don't know how many times I gotta tell y'all. Like, bro, anything.
Keep that in mind.
That's wild. They can set. Oh my god, man! It's so dangerous, man. Imagine them setting somebody up, man, and they. Oh man, like yo. Whew.
Where they have your scars though?
How many times have they used that tech already?
They have to have my scars.
That,
I
yeah,
don't.
true.
I don't show them
But
too many.
I'm
I
just
don't show 'em.
saying,
Yeah.
if they really wanted to, man, with that tech, they could do some damage. That's wild. And anyone can buy it too. Fuck. Check this out.
Deep in southeastern Venezuela, in a region called the Grand Sabana, strange mountains rise from the jungle. Giant columns of sandstone jutting abruptly skyward from an emerald sea of rainforest.
You catching this, Wayne?
Shrouded in mists,
Wayne left.
their summits are special worlds, mysteries of evolution, biological treasure islands distinct from the jungle below.
They're saying these are the tree stumps from the tree of life in the Bible.
This landscape is one of the oldest on Earth. Long before the age of dinosaurs, before the continents split and the Atlantic Ocean was born, even before the first terrestrial life emerged from the sea, a massive sandstone plateau reached across
look at
this
them tree
land
stumps in
for
the
1,000
background.
miles.
Holy fuck.
These mountains are all that remain. Indian legends say that some are the ancient stumps of the trees of life, cut down in a harvest of greed for their fruit. They're known by their Indian name, tapuis.
It's in the Bible
Those are
that
some
God
big trees, man, that used to be there.
angels to cut
Imagine them
down.
things timber, yo. That was a big tree stump.
Yeah.
Man, that tree was huge. Tepui means house of gods.
You see,
Interesting.
you ever heard of Mud Fossil University?
Yep.
Have you seen his video on the dragon in Morocco?
Yeah. I man, I remember starting to watch him 8, 9 years ago.
Yeah.
He's been around. This was when YouTube was fire back in the day, man. When you could find so much stuff. Then when YouTube got taken to court and the YouTube owner, that chick, folded like the fucking cunt she is, I knew YouTube was over. Like, if I owned YouTube and went into court, I would have not folded, I'll tell you
YouTube is like Netflix now.
that. They scrubbed YouTube, man. They took all the good stuff out. They were like, scrub that bitch clean. I remember my videos. They were on my channel for about a week. Every day, videos are getting taken down. And they got to my channel. Everything I ever said about Bill Gates, gone. They took all that down. So much for freedom of speech. What's up, Candy? We're really in the year 1026. Shit, how many different calendars they had, man? What if these calendars were different? You know, like different resets. There's the Julian calendar, the Gregorian calendar. Yeah. What else? Julian, Gregorian, Egyptian. I still think the real Egypt was here in Americas because they find Egyptian and Buddha stuff in like the Grand Canyon, allegedly. Yeah, I'm probably gonna jump off of here. I'll wait till 3 hours. Bye. Damn, I gotta walk to the fucking store. It's like 100 degrees. 100 degrees. Full size bed. You're going to Wayne's World? How come when Wayne goes live, I don't get fucking alerts? What's up with that shit?
I don't know.
Hey, I wish type some. Hold on, type something in the chat, Wayne, so I can go to your channel. I don't feel like searching through my subscriptions.
All
I
right,
want
hold
to
on.
see if I got.
You still there? Am I still there? You still there?
I don't know why YouTube cuts me out. I mean, StreamYard. I'm going to YouTube right now. I'm fucking baked.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it. I was just seeing if I had the bell on. Yeah, I do.
Click it off and click it back on.
That's what I
Like
did.
unsubscribe. Okay.
Bill said, "Be good, y'all." No, be good, all. I'm going to Wayne's and then Mo.
Who?
Wayne's World.
Somebody said they going to Wayne.
Yeah.
Wayne,
Still.
Wayne,
I,
Wayne's where? He talking about Wayne Supermarket?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't expect many to hear what I got to say. It's only for certain people.
Man, it's wild. These dudes just be dumping chemicals. I don't even like being outside when the sky looks like that,
Why don't you just ask them?
which is damn near every fucking day.
Why don't you just ask them to
Look at
stop?
that shit, man. Look at that.
That's
Yeah,
that. You
that's
seen that
fucking
personally?
wild. Huh?
You seen that one on your own phone or personally?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
But I've seen them. Not this clear because I don't have a good camera like this person, but the best I can zoom in on my phone. Sometimes these motherfuckers spray so low, I feel like I could reach out and grab the fucking the trail it leaves. For real.
I ain't been seeing them, Charles. Though I asked them to stop. If you're the only one thinking, I try to suggest stuff to people, but it sounds too simple and too. They think they need more power than they have. I guess. Just ask them to stop.
I'm gonna try that.
The king say we can chemtrail the sky, so the king said we could do it. The only one thinking. The king said he don't care what we do. Just leave him alone. And then they did it. King. I know people don't want to imagine they the only one thinking, right? Like first you got to see you the only one.
Do 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 do. Toasties.
So I asked them to stop, and they stopped.
Toasty. Toasty.
I stopped telling the universe or people they could do what they want to do. As long as
I
they
had to
leave me
do
alone.
it.
And that's pretty much what they did. They did what they wanted to do and left me alone. Only one thinking.
My nose is fucking.
The sky is mine. Like if you look at the sky, you could say it's mine. Like it belongs to me. Or my mind think of. Like I think about. The sky is mine. But they didn't educate you on that, so people ain't gonna believe that they the only one that can see the sky. Prove to me what the sky look like. Prove it to me.
Hold on, I'll go outside in a minute.
That's not proof, Charles. I'm still gonna see the sky that I see. I mean, well, I'm gonna see an image, but I'm still going to see what I see. Explain the color blue to me. Explain it. You the only one ever seen color. You the only one
Five
ever
minutes.
tasted food. You the only one ever heard music. You the only one that's educated. You the only one ever seen TV.
This allegedly in the 1920s, they had FaceTime, allegedly in Germany. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't fucking doubt it.
They had this stuff in the days of Noah.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
You don't need to go through time, thousands of years to come up with recipes for technology.
When God judges everyone, he has a tablet with an infinite amount of memory.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
all-seeing eye. Old school. Look at the speakers.
That's the same stuff you
That's
see
why.
today.
Yeah. They did have tech back in the days.
They always did it.
The guy, my friend, the Dominican guy, he's a Christian, and I tried to tell him about the Book of Enoch and the angels that taught men how to do weapons and all this stuff, right? He tried to tell me God don't have technology, right? This or the angels did it.
You don't need thousands of years to make a car. Like you can make a car today, right? If you got the recipe.
If we think of stuff, the ancestors taught us stuff. It's no different.
So in the days of Noah, they had cars. To me, they had computers. They had everything you see now. I wouldn't even doubt you live in the same place you lived in then. They call it deja vu.
No, when Noah built the ark, he had GPS in that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
How do all the animals end up in the ark? I think that shit was a laboratory.
Gotta send them to you. Just like Puma. Every animal you see, your buddy with that little mercat. What was the name of that little thing you found? And you was petting it. Forget what you called it. You thought it was a beaver. And you seen the vultures. Gotta send them to you. The animals is God. Gotta send livestock to you. I don't want to call it livestock, but gotta send cows to you. The only one that the only one to send animals to you. You still there, Charles?
Huh? I had to use the bathroom. My bad.
Oh, take your time, bro. Take your time. The only
I'm
one that's
good
seen animals,
now. Huh?
like you the only one. You the only one ever seen animals. I can't explain to you what a rooster look like. You the only one see the rooster.
All right, I
Roosters.
gotta jump off here, everyone.
All right.
I gotta go do a few things, but I might go live later. Today's Friday. I might go live in the evening.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's not normal. Yeah, I be looking forward.
Once in a while, I go live in the evening.
Your live stream pretty much the only one I go to.
Yeah, I don't go to many people's streams.
I ain't gonna lie, I be looking forward to your live streams.
I appreciate it. Not many people. Well, that ain't true.
I see 80 people in that one time. On one stream you had, it was like 80 people watching. Well, that's what the
They
counter said.
fluctuate. I appreciate everyone that comes through. My small, maybe 20, 30 people. I'm happy with that. I don't want millions of people.
I know that's right. And then you're kind of fair, so you're more fair than others. More fair, I
What's
mean.
it? That dude Kai. I think they be faking numbers. A lot of those people, they use bots and stuff.
Hmm. And then
You
they
see
all
how
relate.
what's his name used to do it?
Brother Sanchez.
No, Cage. You see now he could do the numbers like that.
No.
Remember that time he came, he had my
And then
thing up to like 100 and something people. You could make it look like there's more people than there really is.
hmm.
You could fluctuate the numbers.
And then Caius
So
P
if
did it.
Cage could do that, imagine what they could do.
Yeah, they all related. Caius P did it.
P. Diddy and Kai, one and the
One to say
same.
that. I was the first
And the
one to say
reason why
that.
I say that, look at the tech that um I showed.
No,
You know,
that's not.
that's all they have to do.
Yeah, they all connected. They related.
Strong possibility.
They're gonna put their foot in everything because their foot is everything of the world.
Damn, I should have downloaded
Like
this video where this
those crack
this guy
babies.
was fucking dancing in prison, and behind him was a predator. He didn't even know this dude is dancing all crazy in prison, and it's funny, but it's not funny because that dude was scheming to take his cheeks. You could tell in the background. Let's see if I can find a video and show it tomorrow or later. That's just wild.
The crack babies got adopted. A lot of them. I'm not being funny. I'm not. But I'm just saying that a lot of
Or
the
got
crack babies.
thrown in the system too, which
That's
is
what I'm saying.
terrible. The system's
That's what I'm
terrible.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
I feel bad for like I seen the system firsthand, and when I was in there in the '90s, it was way worse than it is now. Way worse. There's no cameras back then. You had to fight every day for your life. The system was terrible back in the day, and it's still the same now. Imagine all them children that their mothers are addicted to drugs, or uh, they just throw them in the system, and it's trash. The
That was the
system's
plan.
about just banking money. They don't give a fuck about the
That was
children.
the plan for them to take their gold and silver to the pawn shop. That was the plan.
And it's
Take
just
they
not funny.
they took their grandma's silverware to the pawn shop.
Damn.
They thought the dollar was a way of living, and money is gold and silver. So they gave their money away.
And you serious about, you said your grandma's?
No, not mine, but during the crack era, people took their silverware to the pawn shop that their grandma had left
Shit.
there.
They got
Mhm.
robbed. Pawn
Yeah,
shops robbed you.
they thought the dollar was money.
Yeah, they had it backwards. They were supposed to keep the silver.
Gold and silver is money. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So they gave their money
The
away.
papers are just IOUs, man, and it's really valueless because if you rip it in half and you lose half of it, that's it. You ain't getting no money back.
Yeah, like silver, you can rip
Um,
it in half and still have the same
yeah,
silver. Mm,
an IOU. That's just like,
debt,
yeah,
which is
pretty
debt,
much.
right? Yeah. So when you eat from the elementary, you go in debt, which is you
I
pass.
wrote one of my rhymes about mortgages. I started talking about by
You
the
should pass.
time it's true, but they call it mortgage for a reason. You got a 30-year mortgage payment, right? By the time you're done paying that off, you'll be damn near close to the morgue, right? And then you still don't own it. I can see if you bought land and built something on it, but
Yeah, when you
even
get
then, you
educated,
still got to pay taxes regardless. And
when you get educated, you go in debt.
it's a fucking
You pass,
joke.
you pass away to God, right? You pass away to
And the
living.
next idiot comes along, his turn. The
You passed
banks are
away
straight monopolizing.
to living, right? And you went to debt. You went to pass away.
Let me get
Miss
a
God.
mortgage.
You miss a turn to God. You miss the point that you don't pay to live. You're not supposed to pay to live.
It's crazy.
So when you eat from that elementary, which says God mint tree, God mind tree, you eat from that God mind tree, you will go in debt. Surely.
And then they cut down all the fucking forest with all the fruits.
Which is the people.
These people cut it all down.
The people
They
that got
should be
educated.
executed.
The people that got cut down, they got educated. They cut the people down. The people are trees.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so when you get educated, you go in debt, which is you underwater, you passed away.
Yeah, when they talk about the tree of life in the Bible, they're talking about you and me, the tree of
Yeah,
life.
you don't pay
You're
to
the tree
live.
of life.
Well, you don't pay to live. The cost of living don't exist. So when
The
you
serpent
get
on
a
the
cost
tree
of
is
living,
you.
when you got a cost of living, you have died. through
Yeah, I'm about to
education,
jump off too, Candy.
through being
Have a
educated.
good day.
When you get educated, you
Yeah, it
pass
is a
away.
death pledge. That's what I was saying, Chilster Deluxe. Like, I think about my friend. He took a mortgage in his 40s, and I told him, I was like, damn, bro, 70 years old, he'd be lucky to make it. And I started thinking about why they call it a mortgage. And I was like, most people will make it to the morgue by the time they pay it off. Then the bank comes next.
Yeah,
Next
more.
fucking dummy comes along and they start the 30-year mortgage over on them. See if they can make it and pay it. Yo, it's a fucking joke,
Yeah,
yo.
more, but they offered a more though, right? More is death. More mortuary, mortician, more mermaid, murder, merchant. When you go into the more, you go into the depths, which is water, which is you passed away to God.
Man, you gonna pass away to the bank. Keep
So
taking them mortgages out.
you leave life and go in debt, right? So when you go in debt, you left life. So when you come back to life, you come you come back to life. It's so simple. It's simple, but it's lame though. So people
Good
they gonna
morning.
get on they gonna get on you about that. They gonna pick at you for that, thinking you don't have to pay bills and thinking it's not right to pay bills and stuff. People gonna punish you for that. So people don't
That
want to
just
turn
goes to show how far people are
away from God.
yeah. And they don't even realize it. How
Because going with
locked
God
up
is
in the
lame.
system they are.
You're not in the culture when you're with God. You're not in the cult.
That's why they call it a system. It's an infection like a cyst. It
Yeah,
infects the mind.
yeah.
All right,
But
man. Let me jump off of here. I'm never gonna go if I don't
all
go
right,
now.
brother. All right, because I can keep going. All right, man.
I'm gonna go live later, most likely, maybe around like 7.
Okay. All right. Great light, everyone.
Thanks for coming up, Wayne. Peace, and peace to Dom for coming up. And who else came up? Oh, Phil was up here. That's right, Phil.
And
Peace
the
to
other
everyone
guy,
in the chat. Appreciate y'all. I'm
the one
I'm
say he,
trying my best to go live for sure.
the one say he in the hell realm. He came back.
Huh.
Fine. Nolan or something like that. Nolan.
Who,
Okay, Chuck. I ain't gonna
that
hold
other
you.
guy?
Nolan. I think his name was
Oh yeah,
Nolan.
he came up. That's right. Nolan. I think that was his name.
I think so too.
And what's that a link to Chillster Deluxe? Phil McCracken. All right, everyone. I'm out. Peace.